on to the GRG Podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
What's up, everybody? What's happening? The GRG podcast is live, and right off the bat, I have to let people see K-Mega put in this work, get to this Platinum 2. On my way trying to hunt down the elusive Onyx. Shout out to Still Rain for who got to that Onyx. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming for you, bro. I'm coming now. Just Halo is one of those games that is, as I say, Halo giveth, Halo taketh away. You can have great matches, and sometimes you can have full matches. That's the beauty of it. But anyway, without no further ado, tonight is going to be a special night because we're here with one of our main people here. But tonight is a night of guests, and I kind of had it all planned out. So I'm glad that everybody said that they could come through, so we can hear what they have to say, man. So first and foremost, let's get to the guest, and let's get to the very first one right now, man. Glorious Kev, man. We were just talking, what was it, like a couple of weeks ago, man, on Crossfire.
Yeah, we were on Mooch's podcast.
Yeah,
just
man,
talking about this.
I'm
ready for it. I'm ready for it. I've been out here. I've been having a blast. I didn't hit plat. I got gold.
Oh, hey, that's all right. That's all right.
That's okay, and I'm loving it because I was out here slaying. Shout out to my man Hustle and Motivate. We were just on there before the podcast, just destroying everybody.
No doubt.
We're trying to understand how we ended up in gold, or how each. I think he got like a high silver, but we're trying to figure out like how that happened because we were on there destroying everybody.
Yeah,
you kind of I got the receipts. I'm posting the receipts on my timeline.
Oh yeah. You're gonna have to do that. Post your receipts because people like to talk about their receipts and never show theirs. But as long as you got yours, that's all that matters, right? Like that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
So, all right, man.
Yeah, you've been seeing. I've been posting them receipts nonstop.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So what was your record before you came onto the show tonight?
Record for what? What you talking?
Oh, for Halo. Yeah, for Halo for the multiplayer.
Oh, the highest? The highest I think I ever got was gold.
No. I'm talking about your body count. Like you said, you had 24 or something. You were 24.
The match that I had earlier.
Yeah, the match. Yeah,
I was like 24 and like 3 or something. Let me find this scoreboard actually. I went 22-4 with 4 assists.
Boy, that boy
Damn.
Boy, that boy put it
Yeah,
in work.
we spanked those dudes. We beat them like 50-24. One dude just rage quit like with a minute left.
Oh yeah, they'll jump
we
away and they'll
were
get
beating
away.
the brakes off these dudes.
Man, that is nuts. That is nuts. But all right, man. So before I move to somebody else, man, let everybody know where they can find you at. I know that you stream and do all that good stuff, man. What's going on, man? Let everybody know.
Oh yeah, I've been streaming youtube.com/gloriouskev. Of course, I've been streaming Halo. I stream some Nintendo stuff too. A mix between the two because I love Nintendo, I love Xbox, I love PC, PlayStation. I'll play that sometimes too when they have something that interests me. I'm just here to play the games I love.
Nice.
So that's what I do.
No doubt, no doubt. And then next on the list, man, somebody who's been on the show, but it's been a very long time, man. We talk in the next podcast, DMs mostly. Man, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I got to get you on. And he's like, yeah, just hit me up. He's kind of cool, he's kind of calm, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy, especially the podcast that he is on, which is those guys with Wilmy and them. Man, and I'm, really out of further ado, I'm gonna let him introduce the podcast, but definitely, I know that if you live under a rock, if you don't know anything about the podcast, those guys do. But man, thank you so much, Dreadpool. How you been, brother? It's been a long time, man. Glad that you come on GRG, man.
Oh no, I've been great. I finally get to see that you don't have, you're not handing out false promises that I can come back.
Listen to you. Listen to you. The disrespect is already happening. Been doing it too long. All right. Anyway, no,
it's always a pleasure to come on here and hang out with you guys. You can find me at linktree.com/Dreadpool, all letters, all caps, and it's got links to everything that I do between Gaming Beyond the Box with Wilmy Hood and all the other guys there, and all the skits that we do, the streaming, the podcast on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. And so the merch we have, so it's got everything that you need to find if you need to find anything about me or the crew. And
I gotta try to get Husk on sometime, man. I know that he does the other podcasts around the same time that we do ours, but yeah, I gotta get Husk on. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely catch him. Yeah, catch him. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, tomorrow at 4, we are doing Game Pass Dad. We got a creator feature with Husk, and we got Game Pass Dad coming on. He's a comedian / streamer, if you don't know who he is. So yeah, definitely check that out. But yeah,
Game Pass Dad, a real cool dude.
Yeah.
I don't think I've met him. So yeah, no, that's really cool. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. Definitely check that out.
But again, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, man, it's a pleasure. All right, so then we move on. Somebody who was here the last time that we were on before holiday, or I should say Thanksgiving break. I know I still think like a kid, Thanksgiving break. I still miss that, even though I've been out of school for I don't know how many moons now. But man, he decided to come on back, and he wanted to talk some of these topics. So man, what's happening with you, Ham Solo, man? And again, man, I see that thanks for dropping that video, the one-on-one that we did, and I know that you're going to have something to be dropped here pretty soon. But let everybody know where they can find you at, and about that great podcast, and how you are a new up-and-comer YouTuber, and you're doing big things, man. Let everybody know about you.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? I hope everyone's having a good night. I'm Ham Solo 05, part of They Said We Said Gaming, with Loke7, as well as Kalela Plays, which she happens to be my lady. She's a gamer, and everybody likes to tell me how lucky I am to have a gamer as a lady to keep in the household. I absolutely do enjoy it. It's really nice, especially since we can get down and play Halo together all the time. She loves that game. But yeah, really excited about that interview that we just did. I just dropped that this last Thursday, I believe. I got upcoming videos, one with Plume Network, if anybody knows who that is. Really awesome Xbox enthusiast. He talks a lot about Xbox and Game Pass and just what they're up to, but he is a connoisseur of all of the different consoles, and every once in a while he'll talk a little bit about something else. And then also the Everborn Saga is also going to be on there next week as well.
He's been hitting the rounds here lately, man. He's been
yeah, dude. Like in just the last, I looked back and said, what have I been up to lately? And I looked at my YouTube in the last, it's been a month and like a week and a half. And I've put out like I want to say like 15, 16 videos of all different types of people. And what I'm trying to do is just bring people together. So, I mean, if you're somebody that wants to, get your name out there, or if you want to just, hang out and chat about gaming, and you think this would be something that'd be fun to do, I'd be more than happy to have somebody on my show, either your PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Nintendo. I literally don't care. I play all of it. I enjoy all of it. I'm excited for this new PlayStation thing that we'll be talking about later. So I just love gaming, and I like to chat and meet new people. So it's my thing. I'd love to have somebody new. But yeah, Ham Solo 05 Gaming is who I am. And They Said, We Said is the YouTube channel. You can see, you can look it up under TSWS Gaming.
Nice. And you know what? I've been on my job today. You go to the links in the description, and then everybody is there. So have no fear. I usually wait until the morning because usually I'm already getting started on an adult beverage, and so I don't want to mess things up and make Ham Solo be called, Han Solo, or Dreadpool be called just Dreadful. I don't want to do the Penny Dreadful or some crazy stuff. So I tend to try to not mess up that stuff. But I got it together. I'm no, just water, just water today, just water tonight.
It just depends on who you ask. Some of my jokes are dreadful.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right, but last but not least, man, our boy Six Slayer, how you been? What's been going on, man? Have you been doing, well, you told us already in the thing, but have you been doing any type of gaming? I know that you've been busy like crazy, man, but
busy, man.
Yeah.
Busy bee, man. I practice what I preach, man, getting them overtime hours in, stacking that bread, but come to realize in the pre-show,
getting paid.
Much of this getting paid was about putting some money into some games and other things that I wanted in that realm, and really not having the time for them because I'm too busy earning the money for them. So there has to be that bit of balance where you gotta take some time to sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labors, But yeah, tomorrow I'm off. Besides the Dragons Den podcast, that's all I'll be doing all day tomorrow. Nothing but gaming. I ain't doing shit else, man. I'm just keeping it to that.
Nice. He told his job.
Money.
You got paid. You got paid today, didn't you? You got paid today.
No, that's next week. But I already stacked. My pockets are still fat, bro.
Oh, but he said,
"Give me your fucking money."
Let's go. Let's go. Anyway, so, and our girl D, she is not going to be in tonight. She told me in a couple of weeks in advance that it was that she was going to go party in. So you know what I'm saying, but she wanted to let everybody know that the messy must flow tonight because of the fact.
I got you.
Yeah. The messy must flow tonight, especially the whole little PlayStation thing. We will get to that for sure. But we're going to start off on something a little light, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see, we'll figure it out. So, but shout out to D, Michi, all the rest of them out there. Hope you guys are having a good weekend, and please share this out. Let everybody know that we are live. So anyway, let's get to it. Very first topic is that we talk about some Halo, and I seen something from Jez. He posted something. I guess a couple of days ago, but I didn't get to see it until yesterday, and then I read through it, and then I commented on it because I thought it was interesting. And just me personally, I mean, I'll give my feelings afterwards. I want to hear what everybody else had to say first, but let's just go to you first, Kev, on this one. Should shooters have an easy option mode to disable crossplay, mixed inputs like mouse and keyboards versus controller? And will that fix cheating? What do you think about that, man? I mean, are you on board with that? Knowing that you are a PC-centric guy, how would you feel like you get a chance to get us crossplay and play against some console gamers, and then they just kind of like, nah, we don't want to deal with you because you play on mouse and keyboard or whatever. Do you feel like that's fair? Do you think that it makes sense? Where are you at on that?
In some games I get it where it makes sense. I think it just kind of depends on how the game is balanced. So like Battlefield, I completely understand the Battlefield where there's like little to no aim assist. It really depends on, like, you really have to control them sticks, or you are going to get destroyed. And I am hearing controller players are going through it a little bit, having to deal with PC players on Battlefield 2042 for the first time. I feel them there. However, in something like Halo or even Gears 5 was like this, the aim assist is so strong that you're actually at a disadvantage on mouse and keyboard. So a lot of people are saying, yeah, like even people I know that I play with regularly, shout out to my man Merc 305, for example. He's usually plays most of these shooters on a controller, even though he's on PC. And he's choosing to go back to a controller because he just says the game just feels like it was built with controller in mind. Now, for me personally, I'm playing on mouse and keyboard, but that's just my comfort zone.
Right.
I'm more comfortable playing. Like I actually just am not very good on a controller for shooters at all. So for me, mouse and keyboard is just my happy place. I'm sure I could get better at it. I'm sure I could adapt, but I'm already comfortable on mouse and keyboard. As far as giving them an easy option for it, just because you have a mouse and keyboard don't mean you're cheating. Sometimes you're just getting outplayed. So to that, I'm reach out to the Dark Souls community. I'm still a little bit some of their energy right now. Get good.
Facts.
Like
Get
good.
All right.
At least I ain't gonna be alone in this. Hint, hint.
All right. Okay. Hint. Well, you're PC eccentric too, so Slayer, might as well just jump to you too, because I don't know.
No. Actually, I do want to hear what Dreadpool has to say first. Because I am.
Okay. All right. So, Dreadpool, what about you, man? Do you? Because I mean, it was. I think Jez, when he brought it up, he meant he kind of feels that way. But there was a lot. Forgot how many people he said that was it like 70,000 or something like 70. It was 7,000 or 70,000 people that took that went on this poll and agreed wholeheartedly that they support that type of mode if it could be added. What do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's kind of one of those tricky situations, right? Because everybody on console always feels like PC players are cheating, and you got to remember, you could flip your wrist a little bit faster with the controls on a mouse than you can on your thumb with the controls that are slower, right? So you got to increase the speed, but now you got to fix your precision with your thumb. So there's that give and take right there, right? I also play on PC, not just console, right? Everybody always thinks that I'm a console player. I also play on PC, but I'm also playing with a controller. So now, are you going to limit the person that's playing PC because he's on a controller because you think he's cheating like the person with the keyboard and mouse is cheating too, right? You're labeling everybody together. And that's why I don't think that's right, because even, there's a lot of people that I still play certain games with keyboard and mouse because you can't do it with the controller. They just, support. So that's not saying that there's cheating there. It's just I'm horrible at it. And I'm not going to sit there and cheat. However, there are people that will take it to that degree. Now, I always feel like sometimes there are people that, you're like, there's no way that they heard me coming sneaking up, especially when you watch these replays on some of the other games, right? And it's like, you just got done being in a battle fight with somebody this way, and you spun 180 to turn around and get me when I was sneaking up on you? You didn't even know I was there, right? So there's those times where it's like, yeah, but if you got the right headset, well, I got the right headset too, right? I got Astro 50s, right? So I got some good headset. It's not like I got a little earpiece on my head and just like trying to run around and keep up with everybody. Remember the old 360 little one earpiece with the mic? You're not playing like that. You're playing, with surround sound headphones. So, you can hear just as well. Now, whether or not the player's cheating, that's another story. But most of the times, most people aren't really cheating. It's just you have a better advantage one way or another. Maybe the person did hear my footsteps because I was too busy running and not, just trying to get up to him so I can try to, get a clean kill after he's already been wiped out. And I'm just going to finish it off, right?
I had to play like that. I had to play like that today where I completely turned on a guy in TTF only because I heard him. I didn't see him. There's no of course, there's no mini map. I was just walking and I heard him because the footsteps in Halo are that loud.
Yeah, and when you freak
I just
out,
turned on him.
Yeah, you freak out. You're like, where's it coming from? And it's like, bam, there you are. You're right there.
Yep.
You're just reacting. So it's hard to say, and a lot of times I'm one of the the gamers going, there's no way. I know it. I should have had it, but you didn't.
See,
it just happens.
See,
So
and to think about that too, like I know some beast controller players. Shout out to my other guy, Eric Empire, and this dude will carry everybody, and you pick a shooter on controller. Like I've never seen a game where this dude doesn't beast and he predominantly plays on controller against PC guys. He says bring them on.
Right.
Yeah, there's been guys playing Overwatch, and one of the top guys, and they're like giving him crap. He's like, fine. He goes back on console and comes back and smokes their ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's playing with a controller, so he's not keyboard and mouse. Some people are just that damn good. Now,
exactly.
We also got to remember, it should be an option, right? It should be an easy option. So we got to remember, what is the intent of the game, right? So depending on the play style of the game, depending on what's going on, it's up to the developers to make that choice too. So we shouldn't be the ones solely making that choice because we're getting our asses handed to us because we're not that damn good anymore. Some of us got a few extra gray hairs, and we used to be better than we are now.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? We brought up earlier in the green room when we were talking, right? I used to hook up my OG Xbox to the PC with GameSpy, and we would play online, right? With my group, there was a few of us that were like top, right? We would smoke everybody. We could not be on the same team, and it was always a battle on how many people against who and this and that, and right. So we go online, and we got the top of us playing, right? And we're smoking everybody. We go online, and we got our asses handed to us, right? So obviously, there's always someone better than you are. Now, if the game is very competitive and it's very balanced, I mean, come on, you're right. You have auto aim on the console, and you don't on PC. But here I am playing with the controller without auto aim, right? So there's certain things that you have to keep in mind. And I know if I'm playing with my friends, I want that the ability to be able to play with PC or console. But I also, if we're all on console and we don't want to play against PC players because there's an advantage there. It's just an inherent advantage. If we can't bring it down so that way we can at least be competitive, then we're not going to be playing this game. So this is where the devs have to kind of figure out with their balance with what the intent of the game is. And then think about this: when the game starts weaning off and your lobbies are not there, this is where crossplay is good yet again, to be able to open up a play field. So it's one of those odd things to try to figure out the right way to rectify it, but there should be an easy option to turn it on and off.
Isn't that what ranked is for?
There should be,
because
but
rank is good. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying in general, that's what ranked is for. And they have controller lobby, like controller only lobbies in ranked. Like you can play ranked and only play against controller guys, or only play against mouse and keyboard guys, because both sides are complaining.
Right now, is it open right now? Is it open yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was open. I don't care. All right. Let me get to these super chats, because the super chat works, folks. I'm stealing that from Xbox448. Yes. Sir X-Man in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Man, I hope you show me the same love like you showed Xbox last night, because I mean, you could go ahead and throw that whole check at me. He said I only play with controller on PC and consoles. Absolutely. But you know what I'm saying? But you didn't tell people that you got 3.5 screens. You did not say that in your post, man. So next time when you do it, you got a
screen.
He's got 3 screens. He always brags about he plays his games on his 3 screens. And since now he's turned to the PC master race now. Also, Sir X-Man's back in again. He says controllers have advanced a long way in the past years. Now he is absolutely correct about that.
I'll touch on that for sure.
yeah, he's absolutely right. So let me just go ahead and go to Ham Solo on this, man. I mean, you've already heard what Dredd had to say. You heard what Kev had to say. Do you agree with this, or do you have a different stance about keyboard and mouse? And people just playing against this whole cross-play aspect of it, because I personally think that it should be that this is what we've been waiting for. But it seems like now there's people that just want to still stay isolated. Are you the same way or are you different?
Well, the way I kind of look at it is, I mean, I'm not so much for saying, oh, let's take out PC players, because sometimes I'm playing on my PC, and when I'm playing with my lady, she like when my lady says, "Hey, I want to get down on some Halo."
Oh, at first I was like, what we talking about here? You talking about getting down? I'm like, wait a minute.
Yo. All right. But yeah, when we want to get down on playing on getting low, that's what we say, getting low.
I'm so glad you cleared that up, because I'm like, well, okay.
I thought getting low. I thought he was about to turn on the Jodeci or something.
Yeah, I know.
I might. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
Right.
Just get down on some bots for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You about to be a bot. Anyway, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. But anyways, yeah. When I want to play on, I mean, I have two choices. I have an Xbox Series X, Xbox One X, and a PC. I am not going to choose my One X over my PC to play with the lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to want to play on the PC. So why would I want to have those things disconnected just because, you know, some people cheat? I mean, it's inevitable. There's always going to be cheaters. There's always going to be somebody figuring out a way around something, just like any law that's ever put in place and stuff like that. It just is what it is. As for keyboard and mouse versus controller, I'm not really sure if that's something that I mean, I guess they're kind of doing something with that in ranked, where you can choose to go versus controller players only. But I'm not sure how you could do that on like a large scale, like consistently. So, I mean, MCC maybe that's why. Really?
Yes, it's in MCC.
Well, I mean, if you can do it, then I say by all means, do it if you can. But I mean, it's not stopping me from playing it, and it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, it can be for people that are like in competitive ranked matches all the time. But for me, the only thing that really pisses me off is some of the skill-based matchmaking that goes on within that game. Because it's like, man, if I'm going versus somebody that's ultra mega sweaty playing the game all day, every day, it is really intense. Like I hop in with some of my buddies that are like really good at that game. I hop into their games and I'm going like 6-12 or something like that. But then when I'm playing on my own, I'm going like 19-5 and stuff like that. So like, I don't really see a big issue with the controls as much as I do with maybe some of the skill-based matchmaking. But that's a personal thought, and I know that's kind of not exactly what you asked. But I mean, it doesn't. In all honesty, I'm pretty much saying it doesn't bother me one way or another. I mean, I'm with you on the whole part of I want people to be able to play together as much as possible, and to kind of take away something without having an option. I'm cool with the option, or else just leave it alone.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. Before I get to Slayer, Sir X-Man in the chat again. Thank you, brother. Really do appreciate it. He says, me and my girl play Halo. I'm on PC. She's on Xbox. You know what?
Glorious.
You know what? I think, Ham, what you're doing is you're going to start setting people to start talking about their ladies. So tonight, I think what we're going to find out.
I'm trying to bring people together. That's what I do, right?
Yeah, man. What I'm thinking is that a lot of people going to come out here and start talking about their significant others, man. So, you know.
Hey, turn off the lights and light a candle.
Hey, well, tell me how I can get my girl on Xbox. I got her. She's not a gamer. I got her to play on my Switch a little bit ago. She was playing Mario Kart like last week, and she's like, I kind of like this. Like, okay, now come on to the Series S. Come on, here's a controller. Have some fun.
Yeah. You got to use Game Pass to your advantage. Just punish her with Game Pass. Just now, be like, look at this game.
She like puzzle games, so I think Nintendo probably is better off for her. because she likes like puzzle game mind benders. She's not into like shooters and action games or anything like that. She will play the fuck out of Tetris.
Edith Finch, that's a good game, and that's,
like that.
Sort of a puzzler.
Tetris Effect is on Game Pass. I like that.
Lumineers, whatever that's called.
Lumineers.
My lady is kind of batshit crazy though, because I figured out she was big into gaming when I woke up at 3 a.m. and this was on a work night, and she was playing Ark Survival Evolved until she had to go to work.
Oh yeah, she a beast.
I don't see the problem here.
Most women are looking at you like, you still up?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. What the problem is?
Looking at you like, you still up? Yeah.
So what the problem is?
Yeah, mine was playing WoW before I met her, and when we were together, dating at the time, we were playing zombie games together.
Ooh, Left 4 Dead?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah.
Left
4 Dead, Dead Island, some other.
I had her
ones.
for a little while on the Telltale games, like the Walking Dead, the Telltale Walking Dead.
My old lady, I got her to start playing the Life is Strange. She got really into that, and she liked the new Tetris. Nice. She's really big onto the flight simulator, but I still don't have that flight stick yet. So when I get her that, then I think she'll start jumping back on heavy again. But I mean, she's been really busy doing other stuff. But yeah, she's starting to get into it, but she still isn't anything like I am or will ever be a diehard. But it is cool that, I mean, she lets me game, and and she don't really care. Like, some people I hear them, when you're doing podcasts and things like that, people, their old ladies start getting upset, don't want them to be on too late, things like that. My old lady doesn't give me any problems. She just knows I'm home and she knows what I'm doing, so she ain't upset about it. So it's
right.
So yeah, I mean,
is she like my old lady that's just like, hey, you know what? You could be out here with another woman.
Yep.
You here talking with some fellas about video games.
Right.
You ain't running these streets. Right. Being part of the community.
Right. Yeah. You're being a part of the gaming community, not the club community. So,
Right. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah. All right. So let me get to Slayer and get his thoughts on this, man. I mean, what do you think, since I know that you're PC eccentric yourself? I mean, do you think that this is kind of like a fair poll for, somebody that, you want to play, you wouldn't mind playing against console gamers, or maybe you could be opposite. Maybe you just want to kind of just primarily just keep playing PC gamers with PC gamers. I mean, is that what you prefer, or is it that you think that will this stop cheating? Will this do anything with people just kind of alienate themselves to just one particular console platform or whatever?
Well, when I saw this topic on the list, man, I didn't know about our guest tonight, and I expected, the normal group besides Dee, because she had prior alerted us that she wouldn't be on tonight, and I saw this topic and I was like, man, oh jeez, man, I'm gonna be the odd one out. But shout out to the three wise men who joined us from the show tonight, and they speak wise words, because been listening to the greater gaming community on forums, the podcast, even in conversations I have with people, man. And not to knock you at all, K-Mega, but to just use you as an example, and only that. Like, you call me a PC eccentric gamer, and I always take affront to that when people say that. And even when I try to say I'm not, and I try to explain myself and clarify, and people like interrupt me, blah, 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 blah. And I feel this whole situation is just like that, But because to answer the original question, my answer is more options is always better. More options is always better. But note how they differentiate this, okay? The nomenclature is controls, not platform, okay? And as our guests have said, this is the main thing. There's this stereotype out here that PC players, all they do is cheat. If you're playing against a PC player and he outguns you, and all of a sudden he did that 180 turn and killed you, what? Do it on a keyboard and mouse all day, every day. That's a key skill to learn if you're rocking on keyboard and mouse. And as Dreadpool has explained with the headphones, like, you guys hear it all the time, right? Y'all invented the term for it, not the PC players. It was called sound whoring. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Console players came up with that term, not PC players.
Preach.
Like, yo, I'm not saying that there isn't cheating on PC. I'm here to tell you there's also cheating on console.
Fact.
Maybe you may not remember most recently in recent years when Modern Warfare 2 was backwards compatible and people were playing for that little bit again.
That's exactly where I was going to go. Go ahead.
Oh, you remember. As soon as you
Oh,
walk in
yeah.
the room,
Oh, yeah.
either you get max level everything unlocked or it wipes everything you ever had. If you never played the game since back in the 360 era and you came back on and you weren't max level already and you hopped in and you saw the stuff you had from when you last played, because you know how it is, it's saved on the servers, right? You hop in, at first you see your stuff, and then you go in a room, now you're maxed out. You're like, what the? Console dudes did that. Did they use PCs? Maybe in that case, maybe not, but I've seen many cases where they didn't need to. They just had to put their names with actual characters, and it would do a memory overflow, and they could do all types of stuff with no PC needed, okay? Console people cheat too, and they cheat with hardware. They cheat with modded controllers and all types of stuff. Okay, in the old days when they had the little devices they would put on the network on your LAN connection to induce lag switches. There you go. I couldn't remember the term. Lag switches. And this has nothing to do with PC people.
Don't forget that little joint that they plug in that makes your Xbox or your PlayStation think that it's a controller, but it's really a mouse and keyboard. Don't forget those joints.
I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know nothing about that.
Right.
They've been doing that since the 360 days.
Wow.
Right.
Since the late 360 days, those came around, like 2012.
Yep. So, folks, y'all know about all these things already, but y'all still out here talking this whack BS, man. You know me. I could be more flagrant than that. You know I can. I'm really trying to just speak facts here. This is not personal, but I'm just like, I'm disappointed in many of y'all. Y'all always listen, and this is the thing I might come off being some kind of asshole or whatever about, but yo, I'm tired of console dudes, right? Who say they don't want to mess with PC, and that's fine. You don't have to mess with PC or anything else you don't want to mess with at all. But to come up with these corny stereotypes about PC, these excuses you make not to run with PC. If you don't want to run with PC because of the cost, the complexity, and all those other things, that's reason enough. You don't need to make something up. You don't need to exaggerate. You don't need to speak all this bullshit all the time. Yes. And I see that a lot in the gaming community. Listen, if you've been on this podcast before, you probably said it. I'll say it again. If you've been on this podcast before, you've probably said that ignorant crap in my presence. And I've held my tongue. I'm not trying to name no names or attack anyone, but this is foolishness. But this is foolishness. But this is foolishness. We asked for cross-play, especially in the Xbox community. But when Xbox was against it and PlayStation was for it, the generation before last, the overall gaming community asked for it. Now we have it, and we're spitting bullshit lies to kill it. What we asked for. Yes. What's wrong with you people? Yes. But yo, to the original question, choice is always better. Of course, this should always be an option. Like everything else, have the option. I appreciate that. Some other people who don't want to hear it and don't want to mess with it, just want to be in their own ignorant, and not as a negative. Ignorance is not a negative. That just means you don't know and don't care or whatever, and you just don't want to be a part. That's fine too. That's what the option is for. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right.
I want to add one thing to that too, for all the people that say, you know, I'm getting my brakes beat off because this dude is on mouse and keyboard. A lot of you controller dudes aren't giving yourselves enough credit. Yes, mouse and keyboard is easier to use at a high level. Like, if an amazing mouse and keyboard player will beat the brakes off an amazing controller player, I'm not saying that, but most of us are just average.
Yeah.
And I see, and the aim assist should make up for the average guy. I get my ass beat by controller players all the time. I still prefer mouse and keyboard. It is what it is. Some of these dudes are just really good. Because these dudes are just really good.
Really good on either one.
Give yourself a little more credit than just blaming, somebody else has these different tools, or somebody else has a higher frame rate or ultra wide, all this other bullshit. You probably have an elite controller beating up on people with a regular ass Xbox One controller. You're on Series X beating up on people on a VCR or Xbox One.
Yep.
But you're out here talking about, you got the damn 1 millisecond response time monitor on your Xbox sound horn against a guy who's using the built-in TV monitors on a 2013 Xbox One. They got the audacity to say something about a PC player.
Man, that was.
Oh, and one other thing. One other thing. Well, actually, two things. So, in my experience, it's my opinion, but from my experience, right? It's been that mouse and keyboard can aim and shoot better. Controller can maneuver better.
Yes.
Right? I've experienced this. And then here's the thing that reinforced my experience and my opinion, right? This was Shadowrun. This was early 360 game. It was cross-play. Before it came out, the developers had blogs. They were quite open about development. And often, many of the Microsoft development houses are like that, 343, Bungie, and that all have all done that in the past. So with this game, they were like, yo, it's gonna be crossplay keyboard versus controller. So we did our testing, and what we've discovered is the controller folks were hanging in there. So it was close to 50-50. Sometimes they were winning, and they came to a point where the controller folks were winning over the keyboard and mouse people.
Gears is like that too.
Yeah, Gears is like that too, like you said.
Gears 5.
Every game is different. And Battlefield, if it had some more auto aim, I think that would address that a lot better. So that's another thing that Dreadpool, I think, said this in particular. They got to work on these games. Also motivate, I think you said that as well. Like, I said hustle motivate. That was wrong.
Shout out to my man Hustle Motivate.
Ham Solo, I'm sorry. Because I was just reading something from him earlier today. I'm sorry, Ham Solo, but it was you. You said this too. Like, every game has to be balanced, but particularly in Battlefield, I think the auto aim needs to be a bit more tight, and that would help to address that issue, particularly in that game. Because you see in Halo, like the example that Kev here gave, like the auto aim is stronger, and in the beginning of the footage that you saw when Mega was playing at the very beginning in Halo, you can see that auto aim at play where it's not too far. Where you got that actually not the last kill, the first kill, but that last hit, right? At the very edge of his head, just before he was out of range, before he was behind the thing. That's where the auto aim was not too strong, because if it was too strong, you would have got that kill for free, right? That's that balance. Pay attention to what you people are complaining about, folks.
And it's also about how you set your sensitivity and all of that. There's no
all those things matter. All those things matter.
We're also forgetting we're getting more and more PC options when it comes to the visual side, right? Now you can actually have your field of view wider than what you had before. So like PC, you could have a wide field of view and see somebody in your peripheral as if it was in real life. Where on the console, we had this narrow tunnel vision. So of course we're not going to see anybody to the side. There's no way you should be able to see somebody like that because I wouldn't have. No, the field of view fixes that. And now we're seeing that on these consoles too. So people are just, I think what's going on is it's quick to assume and bitch about something without actually having any facts or understanding as to how the games work, how this happens. And it's like I said before,
more about, I'd rather complain first than to try to find the solution.
We actually are.
Yeah, no doubt. Let me get this super chat, and then I wanna say what I want to say.
Aim assist. Aim assist. I'm sorry, Don is right. Aim assist. We've been calling it wrong the whole time, and that kind of hurts the whole situation too. It's aim assist. It's key to understand that.
Sir X Man in the chat. Yes, he says my girl likes to play on the brand new 70-inch QLED LG. Oh, this man going out here going ham, boy. This boy going ham. We over here talking crazy out here, man.
I'm sorry, I did it. They bringing the ladies out.
Oh man, I told you. Yeah, and ham, I told you. And he said, and Sir X Man in the chat again, man. Thank you. He said, Forza Horizon 5, I use wheel, pedal, shifter, and I need crossplay. And listen, that's another thing too, is that when you look at these games overall, and this is my point that I made to Jez, right? And And it's all respectful. It's not, I mean, I'm not going to be mad at anybody who just wants to isolate themselves. But for me, and what's going on with you, Newfound? Boom, 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 boom.
Noof, what up?
And so I seen 4G TV was up in here, man. Shout out to them too. But my thing was, and I said this on next podcast last night, and it was kind of what Dreadpool was bringing up. It was like, look, man, I'm older now. I'm 46 years old. My skills ain't up to like what they used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I wish, God, if I could just have the opportunity to get those skills like I had when I was a teenager and then I was in my 20s. Hell, even when I was in my 30s. Just sometimes you're just not gonna have it. You're just not gonna have it. Like, there'll be games like last night. Me and Don, we go up and we were playing last night, and we was playing way late until the morning, I should say, and we was getting wrecked. Now, I played earlier today, and I was wrecking shop. It's just a difference of how you play. It's also about the time you play. It's how refreshed you are. Look, man, these old hands start to moving around, and then you play for like 5 or 6 hours, man. It's not the same. It's just like when I play with Fight Night. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's when I come in and I'm playing against Yobi or somebody, right? It's, you know what I'm saying? Yobi can get me towards the end because I'm tiring out. These hands is tiring out. Like, and that's, to me, it's just because of age. And you can still be skillful. But it doesn't mean that somebody is cheating because they're wrecking shop. I have been in matches where I went 18-1, 19-1. I went one match, I went 29 in a big team battle. I went 29-5. That was great. But then there was matches I went 3-26. So it's just how you're going to go against somebody that's better than you, period. You're not going to come in here and wreck shop always. And if you think that's the case, then obviously you should be going into esports and trying your luck out there. And
hey, bro, let me cut in real quick.
Go ahead.
Yo, like, people don't really understand, like, the difference between young players that are up and coming and us people that used to be really good, but they have a real short memory. Like, they don't remember that we used to only have a D-pad. We used to only have one stick. Like, dual sticks is still kind of a fairly new concept for because there's still so many previous consoles out there that a lot of people play. If you're a retro gamer, you know that there is most older consoles are still D-pad only. So, like, it is what it is. And, like, I used to be an indoor skydiving instructor. I used to teach people how to fly. My fastest learners were young. They were always young. I had a few random people that were older that were able to wreck shop and figure stuff out really fast. But majority of the people were young that just were coming in pretty fresh, didn't know a whole lot about anything yet, and just turned and just spent a few $100s or a few $1,000s. Let's get real. They spent a few $1,000s, and here they are. They're better than me, and I'm their teacher. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it just kind of is what it is. Like, you think you are the stuff, and somebody will just thrash you real quick, and you think they're doing something crazy, but nah, man, you're just not as good as you think, and you got to accept it. It is what it is.
Yeah. Let me piggyback on that too, right? My brother went up snowboarding, right? So the first time he's out there with his Navy buddies, he picked it up pretty fast. I go out there, hang out with them. I've never been snowboarding, right? So I go snowboarding, they turn around, and I'm 6 years older than my brother, right? And they're like, "Wow, you picked it up really fast," because they wanted me to go on the bunny slope, and I was like, "I can't do that. There's no way I can do that. I cannot. It's so slow. I can't." They all right, let's do this. So we went all the way up to the top, and I figured out a way down, right? I'd go too fast, I'd tuck and roll, and that was the only way I could slow myself down. But I get right back up on that board throughout the roll with the momentum, and I'm back down there. That was the only way I could slow down. I couldn't slow down properly. And
There
they're
was no
like,
pizza and French fries for you.
nope. But they're like, wow, you picked it up faster than your brother. Part of that, we got to remember, like you said, with the younger kids picking it up. You got to remember, some people are athletic. Some people are a little bit more smart when it comes to certain things with math, right? We got some savants that you just throw out a number and they got answers for you before you can even type it out on a calculator, right?
Mhm.
So everybody's different. And, when it comes to gaming, everybody's different. Some people pick up faster. So, and age is a factor. I'm sure if I was younger, I would have been able to pick up and slow it down and do everything that I need to do. I mean, within within
Why do you think that the
2-3
older
hours?
guys are generals and teach the youth how to fight or how
Right.
to do anything? Yeah, it's because
Within
they have
3
more knowledge
hours,
and experience. Yeah.
within
But
3 hours, I decided I was going to jump.
mm,
You know what I mean? Snowboarding. And here I am. I'm thinking I'm going to jump. I'm going to take this ramp and I'm going to jump it. Now, who in their right mind, first time snowboarding, wants to do that? Obviously not me. I'm the dummy that says I'm going to do this because I got that confidence that and this is before they were like, wow, you pick it up fast. They were like shocked. They're like, we couldn't believe that you're attempting this stuff. We can't believe you're doing this. It's just certain things fit right. And now the other part is there was a time where I wasn't gaming as much because what was I doing? I was out there partying. I was going to the city. I was going to this county over here, and we would drink up and have a good time and a blast, So what are you not doing anymore? You're not practicing anymore. You're not playing. You know what I mean? So your skills wear down. So, just because we're getting older doesn't mean our skills are older or lacking because of age. It is, but it's also because of lack of practice. When you're 16 and you got nothing else to do on a weekend, and you could just stay home and play games all night long and hang out with your friends like that, yeah, you're going to build the skills so fast. And then with older, the older you get, the more experience you have. So there's that fine line again where everybody keeps forgetting just because you're old doesn't mean that you're no good.
no
And
doubt.
just
Yeah,
because
it
you're
doesn't
young,
mean that you're bad
Yeah.
at all, man. Like a lot of people just take it personal that
Right.
that they hop into
yeah.
a new game. They hop into a new game and someone's better than them. Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It is,
Come
it is.
on, man. Like even if you're comparing it to the Master Chief Collection or any other older game or Call of Duty or whatnot, like you're not fin to usually go from one thing and be the absolute best and go to the next thing and be the absolute best. You might be one of the best at it moving over, but someone's going to figure out, someone's going to already, be mentally connected to this game, just maybe a little bit deeper than you. Yeah, I mean, you might be a lucky special person, but that's like going to the Super Bowl twice. People don't understand how rare it is to be super good consistently for years. Like it's rare.
And even if you are consistently good for a while, you're going to be dethroned at some point.
Yes.
So anyway, I got to I got a little second part of this, and we can be brief on this before we go to the next topic. But this is something that I read from somebody in the chat last night on the next podcast, and I thought this was really interesting. And I brought it up to Don because Don feels the same way. I know that there's other people that feel the same way, but the way that I wanted to hear what you guys thought about it. Okay, so this person said, does Halo Spartan personalization dumbs down the multiplayer experience of the game? So basically what she was saying was that she didn't like the whole samurai, this whole, like with Fortnite, you have all these different types of looks, or just with any of these type of games now, these multiplayer games where you might be dressed up as something, or like Gears, for instance, like you had the Halo players come in and have their skins into Gears. There's people that don't really like that, and when that person brought that up last night, it made me think like, man, I guess there's quite a few people that just want traditional look. What do you guys think? I mean, quickly, like, what do you think? Like, do you think that this is just that it's a little bit too much to see the samurai, even though I know that's a tie-in, but for the other stuff that they're going to bring in, I don't know if you guys seen like the neon stuff that they're going to be bringing, or in the Master Chief Collection, all of those crazy armor sets that they've added on. Do you think that's too much, or you gotta, or the more the better? Anybody, I don't care.
Get paid. That's what I say. Get paid. It's Halo, man. Like if you're gonna worry about what everybody's gonna constantly say about your game, then you're just gonna be appeasing nobody. So just do whatever you got to do. If you, it's Halo, and like everybody knows it. They don't hop on there and mistake it for Fortnite. Like no one's gonna do that. So like I say, just let them make the cosmetics. Keep it somewhat Halo, centric with the outfits and whatnot, but like I don't care about that. That's not why I'm playing I'm not playing the game to stare at other people's armor. I'm playing them to kill them. I don't care about that.
Right. Anybody else?
I don't see what the problem is. So they're cosmetics, so don't unlock them. And if somebody else does, what the hell do I care? What's the complaint here? I don't really understand what the complaint is. Like, so somebody
version. How can they look like a gingerbread man?
Wow.
I'm gonna be look like a gingerbread man. I'm gonna bring the glass of milk too.
What I think is just do what you got to do. It's just a skin. The purists are going to have the biggest issue with anything like that. But at the same time, think about it. What happened with Fortnite, right? Prime example. Weren't they like, oh, isn't that the game that the guy that was in the armor? He's got a game coming out now. It's Halo Infinite, right? Isn't that the same guy with the scar and the red thing on him? He's got a game. There's something about God of War. Isn't he a god or something? Right? So it's basically inviting to the outsiders. It's inviting to other people that are fans of other games that are related or not related whatsoever. God of War and Halo is not related to Fortnite whatsoever, but at least it's something recognizable, something to draw your attention, And if they do it right, I don't see a big deal with it. It's going to be a little corny to see for real. Obviously, this will never happen. But if you were to see Kratos walking around next to a Spartan in Halo Infinite, you know what I mean? It would be so odd to see someone without armor taking shots and watching his armor shields deplete. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it has to fit the right way. I just threw Kratos in just because.
Right, right. No doubt. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, great point. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Okay. I always think the first topic is going to go quick, but they never do. All right, so Xbox. And normally I don't ever talk about this, but I do think this is stunning for just from my standpoint. So the Xbox Series S wins Black Friday. How do you feel about that? I'm going to go straight to you on this one, Ham Solo. Like, I mean, we're talking about like people that was going crazy saying, how could third place, get this? And then we've heard people make all different types of different points of view saying that, look, there's not enough PlayStation 5s. There's not, there wasn't enough Series X's. But still, the point of the matter is it still won. And so I don't know. How does this make you feel? Like, how did this happen? What do you think that set everything up for the Xbox Series X to be so successful from your opinion?
Well, from my opinion, I mean, they made a cheaper to make console for this reason. So you can be able to easily get it, for them to easily be able to make and put out there. And a lot of people are right when they say, well, there wasn't any PS5s or there wasn't any Series X's available. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There was none available. But I tell you what, when you go to the store and you buy something, you take the wallet out of your pocket, you take the card out of the wallet, and then you slide it or you stick it into the chip reader. Whatever you do, tap it, whatever. You know what you're buying. You know what you're buying, or maybe you don't know what you're buying and you're trying something new, but you're not gonna grab a $300 box and be like, oops, I bought a Series X. It was an accident, and I mean, I'm so mad at Sony for not being available. I'm buying it. Like, you don't do that. And anybody that says that is just pure cap, man. Like, you don't go out and buy something that you know that you want, that you just probably don't want to admit to people that you want. You know you want it. You know they got something that you want to play or something that you want to do or something that you want to try. You're going to buy it if you want it, flat out. And it's that simple. It's that simple. Like, I don't know why people are making a big deal out of it being, I mean, out of it being like the most sold thing. We all knew it was the most available thing. We've all known that since launch, that it's the most available of the 3 consoles, if not 4 consoles, if you want to choose a Switch. So, like, I don't know why people are so like dumbfounded and surprised when it's just the basics of business, really. And people vote with their wallets, and they voted for the Series S. Yeah, maybe something was out of stock, but that's not Xbox's problem. That's not anybody's problem. It just is what it is, and people need to quit whining. I mean, but it'll never happen, but people need to quit whining.
I know. Yobi, Dragonheart Yobi, man, thank you so much. He says I was playing Mortal Kombat 11 with my homegirl a year back. She had one dude come through and thrash everybody multiple times, thinking he was big shit. I picked Spawn, punished him, act like a sore loser, blocked him, and kept it moving. I mean, listen, man, that there's so many people like that. How many times have we been in Fight Night, Yobi, and we'll get in there and there'll be those guys that are just wrecking us for a little bit, and then it takes one of us.
You know what that is? It's basically rock, paper, scissors. It's basically rock, paper, scissors. That's what it is. It's always going to be somebody else who's going to have that ability above you, but you could beat the person who could beat them.
Right.
You're probably just playing on PC and cheating, right?
Pretty much. They're using mouse and keyboard on fighting games. I mean, you know, it's so. Anyway, all right. So anyway, but
it's also strategy. It's also
you have fight sticks. You have a clear advantage. Fight sticks beat controller every time.
Oh yeah, I try to tell Lawrence.
Tell that to the person who won Evo with a PS1 controller.
Right?
Yeah. But I try to tell Lawrence G that, and he tells me, no, it's the same. Nah, just take your L when I beat you. But he'll give me most of the time. He's better than me when it comes to certain fighters. You know what I'm saying? But it's I love the competition. I mean, that's just me. I don't mind. I think it's just that old school mentality from where I was when I was younger and playing those older games back in the days. Like, I mean, the games used to cheat like hell for you to spend another quarter or even, 50 cents. And so I'm used to going against a higher difficulty. And that's why sometimes I play games on a higher difficulty. Now, here lately, I used to go with the higher difficulty, but here lately, I've gone next to the highest difficulty instead of going all the way to the max. I'm just kind of like, you know what? I just want to have the experience, and I'm never going to go easy because that's just, well, I can't say never. Maybe I get to a point to where I'm just kind of like, you know what, hell, I just want to just watch it, but I doubt it. But anyway, let me go ahead and get to you on this one, Slayer. What was the reason why how did this happen for the Series S to dominate like it did? I mean, it won Black Friday. That's a huge deal. Usually, I mean, when PlayStation wins or Nintendo wins, that's a huge deal for them. So why is it that people are trying to downplay what Xbox did with the Series X this year?
Oh, ever since Lockhart was a rumor, I knew this day was coming.
Wow, Lockhart. Honestly. That was the name. You're sure right.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, because the logic was simple. And, to bring it back to that PC topic one more time, right? A common talking point, which is often framed as a negative, oddly enough, is that the NVIDIA 1060 is the most popular card on the Steam hardware lists, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to have that card, right? I think it was just dethroned this month, or should have. I don't know if the numbers have been released yet, but it was on record on on track to be dethroned, I think, sometime this month, maybe. In fact, right?
I'm looking at it right now. It's still on top.
Okay. But like by a sliver, right? It's like just about to go out, I think.
It's 1%. The next one down is this.
Yeah, see?
1650.
Right. So you see, it's hanging on by a sliver, right? And this was off memory. I didn't even know the numbers were out this month. Okay, it's how close I've been following this. Like, and this is another example. The same logic. It runs the same stuff at lower resolution, and thus it's cheaper. So, the Series S is the ultimate. Yo, if a console could be a side chick, that would be the Series S. S for side chick. It doesn't matter if you already have a Series X, you have a PS5, you have a PC, you have a Switch. You're probably eyeing getting a Series S. I know I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have my specific reason. I've mentioned before, I want to get an arcade machine. I want to get the dev license thing, that $20 thing, and put emulators on there and put it in an arcade machine. Probably the same one they use for Street Fighter 4, the Taito Vulix, right? I'll look that up. You'll see what I'm talking about, right? And there's many people have already done it before me, right? And dude, with the arcade games and all that stuff, that would be the perfect way to play it. Plus, I could play Xbox fighting games on that online. You know, if I was to join into Fight Night one day with that, it would work perfectly, right? And that's my plans for Series S. A lot of people, they got that system first because they couldn't get the Series X, but they knew all along that even when they got the Series X, most everybody that I know who's been in this situation has always said, when they got the Series X would be relegated to the side system. It was already bought knowing that was going to be its fate, eventually to be replaced by a Series X or something else. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's talking about it. These sales numbers are obvious. The same thing happened with the Wii, the original Wii, years on past. Okay, when the NPDs or whatever for that holiday came out, I think it sold like 3 million systems or something crazy like that. Okay, I remember the animated GIF that they had of the spiny like the Koopa Troopa shells like raining down on the city and like nuking it. Okay, and they were all like Wii's, and because Nintendo was making crazy money off of this. The same thing Microsoft is doing, and all this is this is good for Game Pass. This keeps, and don't forget the system doesn't have a disk drive. Okay. Oh, shout out to the mag for bringing up that point, I think last night, right? The system doesn't have a disk drive, so you're buying digital games. It ties you more to the Microsoft ecosystem. You're less likely to want to leave that ecosystem because all your stuff is there. This is the gift that keeps on giving for both Microsoft and the user. This is why it's selling so well. I don't care what narrative anyone has for or against. The one thing that I think any sane person would agree upon is nothing sells in any climate unless people want it. And for it to sell this well, people really want it. To even question that is absurd at this point. And we don't even have all the numbers. Xbox has no games. But this is the best-selling system. Right.
And I'm looking at hundreds of games on Game Pass. Xbox has no games.
550-some plus games on Game Pass. Like, they talk about that 100. Well, I don't know if they still talk about, like, the 100 games, but when I seen somebody in a DM and they posted 550-some plus games, that is nuts.
That's nuts.
And
it's even better if you have, like, I'm playing it again across Ultimate on PC and console. The PC got a bunch of PC exclusives.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
They do.
Like a bunch of them. And then you have the backward compatible stuff with, like, the original Xbox. Some of the stuff on the 360. And then you got like the 360 stuff that never even came to PC. There's so much stuff on there to play, but Xbox has no games. The Series S is a useless console. My favorite one, Series S, is in a next gen console, right? Because that's my favorite one.
What was the name of that publications? Tom's
Hardware.
Yeah, Tom's Hardware was I read that article where they said that. Avoid.
Oh, I didn't know it was an article. I saw people on Twitter saying it.
No. That was an article. I posted it.
Hey, there's always going to be somebody in the press who's going to say something wild for hits.
And he just gave his explanation, or whoever that person was, gave the explanation that why you should avoid the Series S. And I was like, this is because I have it right here in my front room. I know that that's not true. How they're perceiving it. Like they were just talking. They pinpointed on two particular games, which was FIFA and I can't think it was a racer, and those two games didn't they didn't scale well, so therefore that was the reason for the overall system to be just looked at and overlooked because of that because of the fact of those two games. And I thought that was really crazy. But go ahead, Gav. Go ahead.
No, it is really crazy. Like I got a Series S, and people say this and that about it. It's like I got it to accompany my PC. Now, for those of you that know PC hardware, I got a Ryzen 7 3700X RTX 2080 Ti. My PC isn't trash. I love the Series S. I love the Switch too. At some point, you got to give the Series S the props that it deserves. My only problem with the Series S is I wish it had a disk drive. And if they made an add-on disk drive for the Series S, I'd get it.
Yeah, I've never uttered those words, but I've always thought the same thing. Like, if there was an add-on disk drive, I would buy it just to have.
Exactly. Yeah, and the only reason I do this is because I don't buy every game day one. So, so it would be cool to, be able to, like I was at GameStop today. I picked up a couple of used games for my Switch, traded a couple in. And it would be cool to, hey, I played this game. I didn't really like it. Let me go trade it in. Something like that. And that would be cool as an option to have on Series S. Right. It's not there. It's not the end of the world. Other than that, Series S is great.
It can be there.
It definitely could be.
They have to do an NFT version of the game codes.
Yes.
So that way you can actually transfer it from one to the next on ownership. And it's possible. And there is a console coming that's doing that now. Yeah.
Okay, I was just thinking of just the physical media. I wasn't even going that far.
And there was a rumor about the original Xbox One that's how they were going to do it with the discs.
Yeah,
it's with the original thing they were doing.
Right. At that time, they didn't know how to do the NFTs because it wasn't a thing yet. But that's what they wanted to do. And there's a console coming out next year, and it's doing NFTs. So all you have to do, it's registered to your console, and you play your game. And then when you want to sell it, you sell it to somebody or give it to somebody. You can actually allow your friend to borrow the game for like a set time. And it'll be like, whatever, like a week or two, or like, I think, what do you say, 48 hours or so, maybe 72 hours.
And then, during that whole time, you have no access to it, right?
Right. And then it comes back to you after that time. So, and that's all, that's all on the network side because they all have to report back to the central servers to verify the NFT. If you sell it and they have a code and they say, hey, I've got the physical code here in my hand, I own this game. They're going to give it to them.
Yeah.
Right? If you have it, they're giving it to you.
I dig it.
It's the best of both worlds. And you get the benefits of physical and you still get the digital advantages.
Right. And the funny thing is, it's not even a hardcore console. It's an old school Intellivision console that's coming out. That's a new one. It's called the Amico.
Yeah. I've heard about that.
Yeah. It's I've got it on my channel. But it's wholesome gaming, right? It's not the kind of gaming we do, but it's the gaming that I like to do back in the day. And I've got a daughter, so it's perfect for her. It's perfect for family, and it's not Xbox, and it's nowhere near going to compete against PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo. So I just wanted to bring it up. There's an example that these bigger companies can do, but they haven't yet. They're still trying to figure out that implementation. Here's a company that kind of fell into disparity of dying off and held on and came back and is fighting just like everybody else with a hardware, trying to get it out there. And they were supposed to release last year in October, but it got pushed back. It got pushed back again. You know what I mean? So same thing here, right? Why is the Series S so prominent? It's one board, right? The Series X, there's two boards that they have to make, right? So you get that allocation of those two boards for the Series X. You make it the Halo Infinite console version, right? That special edition, and then the rest of them you double up on those boards for the Series S. You got double the boards out there faster. You know what I mean? Because you only need one board for the Series S.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually put it out there. It's cheaper, and yet they're getting more money. If you think about it, you know what I mean? I can sell one Series X, or I can sell two Series S's, right? So that's an extra $100.
That's an extra
difference.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine if next year they just reinvest that and drop the price of the console by $100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be great.
Oh.
I'm
The
not
price
sure it's going to
drops.
happen next year, but it would be
whenever it happens,
I don't.
it will be nuts.
I don't know about
Not by next year, but it will happen sooner than later. And
because
don't
demand
forget,
will still be high because they're still, both consoles are still in demand. So
and don't forget the PS5 without the disc drive. And the PS5 without the disc drive is basically a unicorn.
And
okay, even amongst PlayStation fans.
Right.
Like they'll tell you, like Artemis
knows.
knows.
That's a problem. See, PlayStation should have been criticized more behind that because they were wanting to make you pay for the $500 version when the $400 version would have cut probably, if they had more available, then they probably would have cut those numbers in half for the Series S. You just never know.
But that's still a loss for them because they're going to lose money behind that. That's why they don't make too many.
I know, but
less than $25. It was probably like $12 difference to make one versus the other.
The other, right. That's eating into their own money. So they don't want to put out too many of them while they still cost so much. But see, that was my point with the Series S. Like, the cost to make that is going to drop quicker than the others. That's why Microsoft had always said they expect that to outsell the Series X. They said that up front. They always expected that, and we always found that to be weird. Even us Xbox fans found that to be odd when they said it, but when you think about it, it always made sense. And here's the proof in the pudding right now.
It didn't seem odd to me because what I saw, money talks, bullshit walks.
It walks.
Series S is a next-gen console for $300 that is going to play everything the PS5 and Series X can play. Right. And it's obtainable. Most people don't care. They want the cheapest one possible.
What console's been
unless you're like tied to like an exclusive. Like, okay, I'm really into Uncharted or God of War. I'm really into Halo. You're probably going to stick with where you're at, or if all your friends are somewhere. But most people, they're just like, hey, this one's cheaper. It's cheaper and it has all the games I want to play on it. I think Game Pass is probably a big seller too. Hey, I can get all these games for like $10 a month. Okay. And a $300 console. So I save $200 up front, and I get cheap games. That's hard to fight against. So I'm not surprised that the Xbox Series S sold on Black Friday. I think more PS5s probably would have sold if they were available, but I'm not surprised what I see with the Series S.
Think about this though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Think about what console's been outselling the latest next gen consoles. The Nintendo Switch.
The Switch, right. That was the point that I was going to make.
There's a price performance thing there that people are willing to do and pay for, but they're not willing to pay for the extra. So now with them coming out with the OLED model, it just brought them that much closer to the Series S.
I mean, just think about this for a second. I mean, just for a hot second. Think about this. You go up there into Black Friday. You get you a $200 4K television, and then you get you a $300 Series S. You came up with a television and a console that has Game Pass already on it, and instead you could have just got you a PlayStation 5 if there was available, or a Series X if they were available, and just paid that $500. Right there, that's the winning ticket right there. And even with the Nintendo, think about that. I think at that point, when you see the Nintendo for $300 and you see the Series S is more attractive because you know that you can play next-gen games on there. So the whole thought process about people being confused about, oh, they're not going to play, they're not going to know which one is which, the Series S or the Series X, bullshit. That price point, they know. If
they're gonna ask, they're gonna at least ask, why is this one $200 more? They're gonna start asking questions, Or they might get the Switch, because the Switch, and I love the Switch, so I'm thinking, they're gonna go either one. Okay, which one maybe has the better games? Because they're both $300, right? At that point.
And there was another point. I'm not going to steal it because I can't think of dude's name. There was a special guest on Xbox channel last night. Dang it, I can't remember. But he said this, and it was 100% actual right. Like, and I never thought of it. So I'm sorry. I wish I could remember your name, brother. But he said, people keep talking about like these older people are so confused. We are the older people now. We are those parents. Like we're the ones that been gaming since the 70s, 80s, 90s. We already know what's a Series X or so. Yeah, there's some people out here who don't follow gaming like that. And yeah, there's some grandparents out there that only knows about maybe Nintendo and maybe about a PlayStation. But for the most part, a grandparent is not buying not buying the console. It's the parent, and we are the parents now. So he made that point. I said, you know what? I never thought of it like that. So shout out to him for that, because that's
I want to add on to that too.
Yeah, I've also
and to add on to that, people aren't stupid.
No.
So if I don't know. But like, and I'm sure we've all gotten this question. Hey, little Timmy, little Jill, they want a new console for Christmas. I don't know which one to get. What should I get them? We've all been hit with that question.
Yeah, those narratives were retarded, man. Retarded.
Right. Like, and we're gonna tell them straight up. Like I was telling people, it was like a year or two ago when Fortnite came out, and they were trying to sell like the skins in a box for like $40 at Walmart. Like, don't do that. That's a free game. Don't give Walmart $40 for Fortnite. And I know I'm not the only person to stop people from doing that.
So any more points before we move on? But it's amazing to me that like people are so confused about this. And another thing, Dreadpool, this is something that you posted. This is one thing that I wanted to have you on too, is because you posted that article from a few months back in September, where the PlayStation 5s and the Series S's were hoarded by Walmart and other companies for Black Friday. So there was consoles out there. And I said this last night, my auntie, she works, my cousin, Shell, she works at Walmart. She's been working at Walmart for 35 years. She started off, that was her first job. This is her last job. She's like corporate manager or whatever now. And I asked her when I see that article, and she was like, you talking about those stupid video game machines? I said, yeah. I said the PlayStation 5, and she said, yeah, we got a whole bunch of them in the back, but we can't sell them to the public. We got to hold on to them. So, I mean, she ain't going to tell anybody else that, but of course we family, so I'm not going to, but I'm saying it now is because of the fact that it was true. So there were consoles out there, not to the degree of what we normally would see during a regular Black Friday, but it's all
they're gonna take your audio and chop it up and say all these lies and say things you're not saying. But
she was not named. You can't prove anything. She was not named.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
one thing I wanted to bring up before we moved on to the next topic, though, real quick, is that the nice thing that about the Series S that a lot of people don't even bring up is that it's not really a console that will be, on the black market or whatever you want to call it, or scalped or something like that. So it's easy to pick up and easy to find. And I feel like that's just not brought up enough, because that's the reason my cousin got a Series S. He wanted a Series X, but he's not a big, he doesn't really care about all those massive specs. He just wants to be able to keep up, and a lot of people just want to keep up, so they'll get something in the meantime until they can afford or they can easily find something. So just the ability of it not being so scalpable, like a 30 series card or a Series X or PS5. I mean, that's a big deal right now, is just the ease of just going into the store, buying it, and walking out.
No doubt. No doubt.
Mhm.
All right. Let's move on. Okay, let's talk about some this is a good segue. Let's talk about, since we're talking about PlayStation, let's move on and talk about some PlayStation. And D, I have not forgot you. Here it is. We about to get ignorant on this one. Well, I am, once I get my chance to talk about it. But
Yo, shit.
well, it looks like that the stands out there are yet wrong again.
The glorious salt.
Oh man, it is. I can't.
Pony salt is delicious.
Oh man,
Oh,
it is.
so-
Oh man,
It's like it's better than pink Himalayan sea.
oh,
I'm telling you.
man, it's the best. It's the best. It's better than sea salt. It's better. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. Okay, so the PlayStation is planning its own subscription service, codenamed Spartacus. It will be a 3-tiered service with one allowing access to PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, and PlayStation 3, also with PSP games. Will this compete with Game Pass and also Nintendo's service? So might as well go back to Dread on this. Let's go to Dread on this one. You think, man? Why is it that people did not see this coming? I mean, for everybody who's talked about it, who brought this up, you deserve your flowers. You know, I mean, there's no doubt about it. And again, I've already started seeing people today started to pivot, started to make all types of excuses. Oh, well, it's not this, it's not that, it's not this. The point of the matter is that the community, that PlayStation community has been so wronged. If I was a diehard PlayStation fan like I used to be, I would have probably been done, because I've listened to people that don't know what the hell that they're talking about. They have failed the PlayStation community with so much bullshit and rhetoric. Dribble, what is going on, man? Like, did Sony have to go ahead and, as the Iron Lord say, bend the knee? I mean, what's going on? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this?
Well, it's all about money, right? I mean, you can't stay alive if you're not making money, and obviously, we're all greedy. If I could make more money and work less, I would do the same thing.
Facts.
Right? Everybody would. You know, I mean, you look at the richest people in the world. They open up more businesses and do more deals to make more money than humanly possible. You know, and the same thing with corporations. Same thing with shareholders. Right? Everybody wants it. Right? Well, what do? You see what your competition's doing it, because if you're not doing better than they are, what are they doing that you're not? Right? So you got to one up them, and this is one way to do it. I mean, everybody made fun of Game Pass, right? It was a never was. Oh, I guess that's no longer a saying. So, you know, and then you look at what Nintendo's half-ass doing. So PlayStation's definitely going to do better than Nintendo until Nintendo gets their head out of their ass and actually does it right. But at the same time, you know, we don't want exactly a Game Pass, right? We want something that PlayStation offers unique to PlayStation that only PlayStation can do in the same format as Game Pass, but the way that it is, right? You have Netflix and you have Disney Plus, you have Paramount, right? They all offer something different in a similar but yet different way. So we want the same thing. If it's going to give you access to PS1, 2, 3, PSP games, that's awesome. That's a great idea. I think it's a little too ambitious, because we've already seen what's going on with BC on the Xbox side. You know, this is the last BC that they're going to do, and they're looking at trying to change the world of emulation now. So they're going to have to start looking at that too. So what do they have that they can just take over and not have to worry about it? That's something that they're going to have to figure out internally too. You know, if whatever they own outright and don't have any license deals, they'll be able to just throw it out there and no time. You know, what did they do with the was it the PSP Slim, the mini the mini PlayStation 1, right?
That bastard's sitting in my box right now. I refuse to open it. Hopefully one day it'll be worth some money.
Oh, it will be.
It will be. We already see which way everything's headed. But what did they do? They used an emulator to put it on there. They used an open source emulator and put it on there and sold it to you.
That time. So
Misconfigured
the emulator was.
And misconfigured it, by the way.
Yeah, on top of that, yeah, they made sure certain games were PAL in the NTC world. But you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's there. They're doing it. They just haven't implemented it. I don't know. PlayStation on PC, that was never going to happen. What is happening? It's happening. They're doing it. This is just another thing that they have to figure out how they're going to do it, how they're going to implement it to give PlayStation players the best advantage that they can to bring everybody back to them, right? Because if people are leaving and going, you know what? I got to go to Game Pass. I can buy this $300 console. I can play this games that technically, everybody says they're free, right? You're paying your monthly, but they're free.
I mean, they keep taking my money. I don't want to call it free.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But it's a free game, right? I'm downloading free games, but yet, like we said, you're paying the monthly. Well, some of us put in that dollar and got all those years out of it. Some of us didn't get that opportunity, and we're paying the monthly. But still, we're paying, and it seems to be a free download, a free copy of the game. But you've paid for it. They're gonna have to do the same thing, like I said, in their way to make them look good, and that's the best thing for the players. So, and as us as gamers, that's what we want. We want them to compete against each other, right? So Xbox has what, 500 plus games now, right? Between PC, cloud, on your console, on your phone, and on your PC, cloud, right? So you're playing these games from the cloud on those 3 different platforms, okay? And you have the other, the what is it? The apps that they're going to be doing on your TV and all that they've been saying. We've talked about having a Roku machine that's going to be just a little plug and play HDMI like Stadia is, something like that. We've talked about it. We know something is in the works as they've been toiling with it. They're going to do something like that. You don't think PlayStation's doing the same thing, looking at this also? I mean, they went back and forth in the 2013 going, we both got our cameras, we both got this, we got the backlash on the Xbox side. The PlayStation side said, you know what? We don't want that backlash. We'll take it out. We won't force you on it. We'll just charge you the $400 versus the $500, and they look like kings. They just got to do the same thing. They got to figure out their play and take ownership and give us the best product that they can, and people will pay for it. Because when I heard about it, I was like, you know what? I think I will be paying for this pretty soon. Because there was no incentive for me to pay for 2 services that I don't use.
That is true. Very true. Yeah, I didn't really understand the whole fact why they were well, I knew the reason why they were separating PlayStation Now and PSN, but but it was just one of those things where I was just basically coming out and saying beforehand, like, look, they're going to merge this. Now, was not expecting this, so I guess we got to give, some partial flowers to Hip Hop Gamer, because he got drugged through the mud when none of the theories that he came out about the PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, all that was backwards compatibility was going to happen. So he can get partial flowers, because if they are implementing this with Spartacus in a tier, then you're going to have some backwards compatible stuff going on. So, Ham, what about you, man? What do you think? Like, is this you think that this is going to work for PlayStation? Does this sound lucrative? Does you think that this is a really good idea for them to do this, especially when they've had all these different narratives of talking about, they didn't believe in backwards compatibility and things and services like that. You can't be viable. Xbox is going to have to sell 100 million this, 100 million that, subscribers in order to make a profit. So why are they going this direction, following suit for what Microsoft has been doing?
Well, I feel like kind of PlayStation already kind of seen a general forecast of what's kind of going on, and a lot of the things that, or a lot of people within the PlayStation community don't want to be honest with themselves and kind of say that, hey, PlayStation's kind of playing a little bit of catch up in some areas, where Xbox is maybe playing a little catch up in some areas versus PlayStation. A lot of people are too proud to admit that, but that's kind of what it is. I am 100% excited and okay with it for a few different reasons. One of the reasons is because I want to be able to accessibly and easily be able to play some of the older titles, and I want to see what PlayStation has that Xbox won't have, just like you guys just got done talking about. They're going to have some sort of the service that's going to be different than Xbox, just so they can stand out in their own way. So I'm excited for that. And I'm also excited for people to start turning in their games and stuff like that, so I can start buying up some of that older content, or like, you know, older consoles and stuff like that, because people are going to get rid of that kind of stuff. Like, people are going to get rid of it and be like, all right, well, I'm trying to upgrade and get the newer stuff because the newer stuff has my old stuff on it. So I mean, and I'm somebody that wants to collect and collect and collect. So that is another kind of reason that I'm excited for it, because it'll give other people the opportunity to sell their stuff and give me the opportunity to buy it back. But it's just a win, and I feel like some, you know, kind of bonehead people will start backtracking on what they said about Xbox in the past with, Game Pass shouldn't be around, it's bad for games. Of course it is, until it's what you want to play, right? So I'm excited for it, flat out, and I think it is a good thing. I think it'll be profitable, just like I thought Game Pass would be profitable, and there is plenty of space. People need to quit acting like it's such a tight space and there's only so much gaming that can fit. Like, there are billions of people on this planet. There is a lot of room for gaming to still grow. So more options, give them to me, please. I am here for them.
No doubt, no doubt. What about you, Kev? Where's
I want to start off.
This? Yes,
I'm gonna start off a little messy.
Oh.
Jim Ryan's the GOAT.
Ooh.
Jim Ryan's the GOAT until further notice. Because all he's doing is pissing these dudes off. He's pissing these people off. Making them track. The pony salt is delicious. They're amazing.
It really shows how ignorant they really are, though. It really shows how ignorant everybody really is. They don't know what they're talking about.
And I'm just keeping the same energy. And Megan, you could probably back me up on this. You might even remember this, because when everybody was saying the same thing about Xbox in like 2015, 2016, I was saying Phil Spencer is the GOAT. I'm like, Phil Spencer's that dude as long as he keeps Gears on PC. I'm keeping the same energy.
That's
So... Right, and so I'm all about put the games everywhere, make the games accessible, and let people play where the hell they want to play, how the hell they want to play. Let people play with their friends. Let people have fun. That's what this is about. Games are about fun. People are out here, all these ridiculous arguments, acting like you're a board member, trying to defend a corporation, watching their pockets. You ain't getting $1 off none of this. But you out here worried about how much money PlayStation's going to lose. At the same time, I bet you got used games.
Oh, no.
Right.
Attention ain't even a damn off them used games.
Used games are
Oh my God. Whoa, bro, don't do that. Don't do that.
Like,
Come on now.
But I'm wrong.
Oh my God. That being said,
They did a video right in the backyard of, not the backyard, behind the scenes at E3, and that was a big gotcha against Microsoft. That's what you said, right? You used games. Remember that, folks? And beat your ass now, didn't it?
Right. The problem is that it's not that they love PlayStation and because they love these PlayStation games or anything like that.
No,
they just want to see Xbox fail.
That's it.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's worse than that. They just want to act like they know better than everybody else. They just want to be able to lord shit over people.
I think
there might be some of that too.
Clowning everybody. That's all it is. They just love clowning.
They want to lord over people.
Yeah.
It's like, they want to clown people, but
What you're saying, definitely at least
can't wait.
two, if not equal measure.
Wait for one of those stands to get out there and try to solicit the subscription. I can't wait.
Right.
I don't do it. I normally gotta stay up, but I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you on that. If I don't care which one of you stands out there do it, but I'm gonna get you. I don't usually get into that type of mix, but I'm gonna repost it and I'm gonna fire your ass up because lied to your community for years, talking about services don't. So they're going to either have to stand firm or they're going to get exposed.
Well, beyond that, it's like you love a company and you will stand up so hard for a company because you hate another company so much.
Yeah.
That you will actively work against your own self-interest.
Thank you.
Like, Game Pass is good for everybody. These developers are saying, "Oh yeah, Game Pass is great for us. We're making so much more money. People are out here, buying our games because they get to try them like a demo and they like them." I've used Game Pass as a demo. There's a bunch of games that I've tried on Game Pass that I like. Hell yeah, I'll buy that. The most recent one I could think of is My Friend Pedro. I double dipped on it because I like the game so much.
Good game.
Like, I bought it on the Xbox and on my PC. Just because I like the game so much because I tried it on Game Pass. So when I see these things, I think PlayStation is finally realizing that, hey, this is awesome and this is a good way to make money because people will spend the money on things that they like. So I think I'm all for this service. I hope this service is amazing. I hope that, the real ones are out there getting an amazing deal, getting amazing discounts on these games, man. This is good for everybody. In fact, I hope they figure out a way to get emulation working on there properly. Because Nintendo and Xbox are using emulation. Let's keep it above.
Oh yeah.
So let's hope PlayStation get the emulation right, and they can get all the generations of PlayStation on there. Because PlayStation, if we're going all the way back, it is hard to beat all 4 generations of PlayStation. They have some amazing games in their history.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how long PlayStation 2 stayed alive into the PlayStation 3 era.
Right.
That used to be a thing they banked on. That used to be a thing they banked on for real.
Right. If you can, the catalog for PlayStation over the years has been incredible. If you can get something like that into a PLAYStation Game Pass, sign me up day one. Put it on PC too. Put them on PC too. Jim Ryan's the GOAT. They bought that PC porting studio for a reason. I am all for it.
Get it. Yeah, because listen. Either way, however, and you know what? Don't get it twisted because Microsoft might have a little something to do, a little something sneaky where you can go ahead and you can still play some of those. If you got that service, maybe put it on you, play off of that Chrome on your Xbox too. You know how Xbox be trying to do some stuff.
Betrayal.
Can we get? I just need that Marcus Phoenix collection. I really need some Gears 2, Gears 3 action on my PC.
You know what? I think that they'll answer the call because I don't think Gears is going to be coming out anytime soon. I
don't either. I'll take a Gears 2 remastered at this point.
I think that they should do what they did with the Master Chief Collection. Just give us all.
Yep. I've been saying that since 2014.
All 4 of them. Yeah.
I've been saying this since 2014. Do it. I'm all for it.
Yep.
I'm gonna hop in. I'm gonna hop in and say real quick. It's mad crazy that people act like competition is not okay. Man, competition is what's making me be able to afford this stuff.
Right?
Please keep competition around.
Yes.
Just think if we didn't have Game Pass, what kind of there's this year the games that came out, there was so many sleepers. There was no way in hell that I would have thought that I would fall in love with Far Cry 6 like I did. I still haven't had a chance to play Guardians of the Galaxy. It wasn't even on my radar. I'm like, oh no, it looks kind of weird. And then everybody's talking good about it. I'm like, damn, man, I wish I could. But then Halo was right here. Fortress right here. I paid $110 for Battlefield. I'm like, listen, and thank God for Game Pass.
Game Pass has saved me a couple times.
Saved me a lot of times.
Outriders.
And on top of that, and the PlayStation would do the same thing. They're going to give I'd rather pay a monthly fee or 6 months to a yearly fee and stock up and have it for 2 or 3 years. Just like I had Xbox Live. I'm good.
So why was Blockbuster okay, but Game Pass not?
Redbox was okay for them too. You're right.
Redbox, you had your mom and pops that you paid a subscription service basically so you can go in there and rent their games, right? Yep. You didn't own them. Right, so I mean, all these narratives.
I wonder how many people are old enough to remember something like a Hollywood Video, though. Because we mostly have Hollywood Video where I stay.
They remember Redbox.
We had it too.
It was like 2004.
Yeah, but they remember Redbox and stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Redbox still around. Like there's a Redbox at the 7-Eleven up the block from my
I
house.
think Hollywood Video was before Redbox, though. I'm pretty sure.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Redbox is actually really what did in Hollywood, at least in my area, because I had Hollywood Video until Redbox started showing up.
Yeah. No
They were
doubt.
like, you get all these for $1?
Yeah,
No
for
labels?
$1. Yeah.
Instead
and
of
remember Blockbuster.
being-
Go ahead.
I was going to say, instead of being competitive with each company to get the most bang for your buck, right? That's what we're doing when we subscribe to Game Pass. We get the bang for our buck. We get the most value for us. Instead of being competitive that way, we got too many people worried about trolls that are being competitive over having one over on you. You know what I mean? They get to laugh at you. And that's it. That's all it is. It's like, why are you too busy worried about supporting somebody like that has no value when we need to go after the companies to give us the value for our money? You know, and that's where the competitive nature between us should be. You know what I mean? It's me sharing my game with you, you sharing your game with me, going, well, I can play this on my Genesis, and I'm going, hey, I could play this on my Nintendo. All right, let's check it out. Oh, cool. You know what? Hey, Mom, you know, he had a Genesis. I want a Genesis too. You know, and he's going, you know, he had the Nintendo. I want the Nintendo too. Nowadays, it should be the same way, you know, to get that game and be like, you know, and fight over who's better. You know, we're doing this online. You know, K-Mega's doing this Sunday nights with the fighting, and everybody's coming in and having a good time. This is what it's about, is sharing these games with other people.
Yes.
You know,
like how many games did you discover as a kid? How many games did you discover as a kid because somebody else told you about it? Like that's how I found out about Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Because my boy has Street Fighter 2. I was all about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So, you know, he showed me Street Fighter. I'm like, Street Fighter's fire.
Yeah, but you had it right in the first place, Mortal Kombat.
I prefer Mortal Kombat. And I had it on the Genesis with blood, okay?
See, this is the thing for me, right? Like, I don't think personally, and I'm going to have to let Sid get in here and get his thoughts about it. But I what I fear is that Sony is not going to live up to the commitment of giving you all of those classics because of the licensing, things like that. Studios are not good. The studios, Sunsoft, like I would love to play Tabal 1 and 2 again. I would love to play Toshiba.
Oh my God, Tabal 1 with no textures.
I would love to play Akuji the Hunter. I would love to play all of these games that made me just a stand for a PlayStation.
Yeah, I know what you said.
Can I just get Parasite Eve? I just want Parasite Eve. I just want Parasite Eve.
I am not fighting that damn last boss anymore. Once I beat that game and fought that damn boss 10 times with that thing changed so many times. I said I'm done. I cut it off. I got it and I traded it in. I got rid of it. I sold it. I sold that game. I ain't never playing Parasite Eve again. Or two.
What about what Siphon Filter?
You know what?
Siphon Filter.
Yeah. Siphon Filter was cool. Yeah, everybody's waiting for Siphon Filter. Somebody needs to give
Siphon Filter was
Siphon Filter remake or reboot of some sort.
SOCOM remake.
SOCOM. Yeah, what I say?
SOCOM. Been talking about that for years. Oh my God.
They have to do that. Siphon Filter and
bring back Twisted Metal.
They are going to bring back Twisted Metal, but the problem is that they're not going to let David Jaffe work on it. They're going to let the people who made the All-Star game work on it.
You mean that bad one that they put out earlier this year that nobody liked?
Yes, that nobody liked. They're going to be the one.
What do you mean nobody liked? They all liked it before the game came out. It was a hot game before they actually played it.
Before the game comes out. You're supposed to be the voice of reason. Your ass in here. Oh no.
Oh no, I'm calling out. I'm reasoning.
Okay.
You want to say a game? You know, and it's the same thing, right? This is my game of the year. The game hasn't come out yet. How do you know it's your game of the year if you haven't even played? You're not even in the beta. You're not even in the testing of it.
No.
How do you know?
Speaking of which, Psychonauts 2 for game of the year. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you know what? We're going to talk about that before we got to get out of here. I'm going to try to get two more topics out, and then, well, that's going to be one of the last one that we're going because there's no way we're going to talk about Vincent Bella. Because we've been.
Vincent Pella is a good choice. We'll leave it at that.
Yes.
He's a guy.
He's a legend.
But Cedric
he's a legend.
Cedric H. He says, like King David said, Jim Ryan is a numbers dude, no doubt. Like, man, that's the reason why they hired him. That's the reason Listen, Sean Layden is a visionary. I like Sean Layden. I thought he was good. Now, listen, the GOAT, the true GOAT. And if there's anybody that I think that I like better than Phil Spencer, it is Jack Tretton. That's the GOAT. That to me, are the all executives is the GOAT. Is the GOAT. Then it's Phil Spencer, very close, because Phil Spencer is getting up there to the all-time GOAT status to keep the more he keep making these moves. But Jack Tretton is the man to me, right? And
better than Phil Spencer took a dumpster fire and turned it into gold.
He did.
Praise Phil.
He did.
Phil's that dude.
But
praise Phil.
but Jack Tretton took on Nintendo and Sega and shut Sega down and almost put Nintendo out of their misery. That's saying something. Jack Tretton is the GOAT, boy. I mean, come on now. So, but Phil is right there.
Nintendo's still hurting from the GameCube era.
Oh yeah.
Did you say something about Sean Layden though just a moment ago?
I did.
Sean Layden, cool.
Sean Layden was a visionary.
Sean Layden. I just want to say real quick, Sean Layden gonna have to pay up if this PlayStation Game Pass puts a game day and date. He's gonna have to pay the cost.
He's definitely gonna have to pay the cost because he was 100% wrong. But I think he's still salty for the fact of the way things has turned out, and he's doing what he's doing. But regardless, I did like Sean Layden. I just thought that it was a little bit cringy when he was dressing like Phil. Like, come on, bro, we get it. But you exist. Phil is a guy. I missed it. Anyway.
What was he doing? Was he coming out in like Siphon Filter shirts or something?
He was coming out with with the what was that shirt?
Uncharted shirts?
No, was the Bandicoot shirt.
And Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot. Then he came out with another shirt, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you dressed like the only thing? You just put a jacket on. Phil just come out there, be flexing on you. Like, look.
Hey, you know what? Nobody dresses worse than Jensen Huang, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. So
how many leather jackets this guy got?
Just the one. Just the one.
Just the one. Those of you in the chat, because I know this is like an Xbox show.
NVIDIA guy.
This is a game show now. It's
because
Xbox,
it was all CGI.
Yeah, it's a game.
I got the joke.
The Friendly Neighborhood Blue Shell. What's going on? He says, speaking of one-on-one, Mega, can I have one with you Monday evening or Tuesday before the Halo campaign comes out? Working this weekend, bro. We supposed to be going at it for ever since on Halo 5. You, Tally, anybody want to get it, you can get it. This Halo, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I will give it to you. You want this work, you can get it. You can get it.
The smoke free, sir.
The smoke and the fade is free. This is open house season. Come on and get some of this platinum too. Come and get it.
Come play catch.
Look at that.
Come catch these hands.
Come catch these hands, sucker. Anyway. All right. So Slayer, what is your thoughts before we move on to the next topic, man? Like, what is going on with this service situation?
From the first day I ever podcasted, K-Mega, of course you were there to see it, right? This was a talking point I have had from day one. So if anybody deserves flowers, I deserve the whole wreath presented by Miss Universe and Miss World together, okay? I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I always
pat yourself on the back, because I'm going to pat myself on the back. I go back to 2016 when I was on the multiplayer and on BGST.
But I'm talking about this specific move they're making now, right? Yes. Where as an answer or at least a response, in their fashion to Game Pass, where they have now 5 consoles and 2 handhelds of past history since December 1994. And I was there because I had one of those PS1s with the S-Video port in the back that they already had taken away by the time the console came to America. And it cost me $800. Okay, that's how long PlayStation has been in this game. And so they have a whole past history. I keep wondering why they keep dismissing it and they do not monetize. It's that freaking simple. That minimum alone. So there's been debates on this podcast before, but these are the facts. Sony has long since been able to emulate the PS1 since the PS3. They do it on the PS3 and they did it on the PSP. speaking of the PSP is emulated on the Vita. Whenever you play a PSP game on the Vita, it's running it through an emulator. So the PS2 has long since been emulated on the PS3 and I think PS4 via the PS2 classics. Those were emulation. So for
Why are they
PS1
emulating
and
on
PS2,
PS5?
and apparently just now, finally, we getting there. Why they didn't emulate the PS1 on PS4? The drive couldn't read CDs, and they'd rather have back then sold you those games piecemeal individually. Remember,
I think they still would.
right? But Jim Ryan, remember, it wasn't so long ago, maybe a month or two, where he was talking about how he was speaking out against Game Pass and their model for profit, their profit model, like their marketing model, their whole model for Game Pass in terms of how they make money. There's a term for that I'm just missing right now. Sometimes I get the perfect word, sometimes I don't, for the point I'm trying to make in this time. I guess it's one of those times when I'm not, but
let you be country in Pennsylvania.
I guess so. It's cold out here, bro. It's messing up my brain. But I'm just saying, like, all this time they could have been monetizing this thing, they never did, and finally it's here. But there's a couple of things that don't make sense. Like, if Microsoft was doing this same thing, and as they did, if you had the disc, even as far back as an original Xbox game, if you had the disc, you put in the drive, they downloaded the emulated version or whatever, and you played it. I don't know how Sony is doing their emulation, but at least for PS1, reading off the disc should be all that's needed, right? But, what do I know with Sony? Sony, they're lesser than Nintendo in this extent, but sometimes they just do things in their own way that seem to make no logical sense in terms of their own best interest. So, who knows? But long story short, Sony has the software ability at least to emulate their past systems. I don't know how they're going to do the PS3, but if the homebrew community can, Sony can, because they have all the design documents, inside information on how the PS3 actually works that the homebrew community does not have, and they have to figure out everything themselves. Okay, and you see how far PlayStation 3 emulation has gotten. So I don't see why that can't be done. And as for the PS4, we already know it works on the PS5, backwards compatible, as it should be. It's just a further extension of the PC base hardware. So that's just natural. Just goes to show the possibility is there. Now they're finally doing it, but they're marketing it in the Game Pass model instead of the Xbox backwards compatible model. Or at least what would be best is a combination of both, where if you have the disc, it shouldn't cost you a dime.
Oh no!
Just like Microsoft did it.
That's where they're gonna get you at. Is that
that's where they're gonna get you. This is all digital. This is all digital. This is why I brought up the fact that PS1 discs couldn't run on the PS4 because the drive literally can't read CDs. So thus was their excuse to only sell you the games digitally only.
For the PS3, remember that they could play PS1
one games, and that was software emulation completely.
Yep. And
it was perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah,
yep.
They shut that down like ATF. All right, so okay.
It just goes to show.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I mean, yeah, they're gonna hit you over the head. You're gonna have to pay to play. But to me, for the older games, and it's what the one concern for me is how good is the emulation going to be? Because man, look, I was so stoked when I seen Twisted Metal Black on the PlayStation 4, and I was like, let's go! And then I looked at that thing. It looked better on an emulation, or hell, I think the original game would have looked better than what it looked like how I played on the PlayStation 4. It was awful. So. How much dedication are they going to put into it? Are they going to give any, enhancements, true enhancements, like what we see with some of these older games that what Xbox does? And if they do that, then it's a win, and I'll be glad to pay the money because that to me is a win-win. Like everybody was saying, like I mean, there's no way that I could turn down all those PlayStation older titles, and neither can the stands that sit there and that probably didn't play their first PlayStation game until the PlayStation 4. So anyway,
quick question: does anybody know if they're going to be keeping the stream though, or are they going to do it in a stream fashion, or are they actually going to?
That's another question. That's
Yeah,
another.
there's a lot
imagine
of
what
questions answering.
I imagine they're going to try to copy the Game Pass model to a T.
Mhm.
PS Now is probably going to stay there because PS Now is on mobile too. So they're
it
probably
is.
going to keep it for streaming for those who want to stream. You know, give your low power PCs, your
Thank God for
phones.
those
Your
Azure
handhelds.
servers.
Right, exactly. You know, maybe they'll probably even add the service to the Vita or something. You know, add it as a service as an added feature for the Vita, which I think would be a great idea. And then do the emulation on the PS5.
Or
That would
maybe a
make
new
sense.
handheld or
Right.
something. Who knows?
Yeah, they might
Okay.
even do a new handheld.
Yeah, well, they could. They definitely could. Yeah, I mean, once they go on this route, all possibilities are on the table now. So
Yeah.
they're going all in. They're all about it now. So
They
service
have to be. They
is
have
what
to be.
I said this back in 2018. What the future of gaming is going to be about, and you could do it either place it any other way. Services and features. That's it. That's going to be the main determining factor of what's going to become the dominant, of which of these consoles are going to be dominant. Nintendo is always going to be the standard when it comes to exclusives. I don't want to hear about Xbox exclusives. I don't want to hear about PlayStation exclusives. Nintendo is the standard. So how is Xbox and PlayStation going to combat against Nintendo's exclusive power? They're going to have these consoles have the features and these services to get them to propel over the whole exclusivity talk. Because when you really want to be honest about it, PlayStation's exclusive, like they talk about those same seven games, right? But out of those 7, I think it's like 4 that really makes the money. Xbox got service games that makes money, like Sea of Thieves, where everybody was clowning, saying the Kraken is lacking. Now look, it's 25 million plus players. You know, and then you look at games like Forza and then of course Halo, and it's just a whole different type of ball game coming into this generation, man. I knew it, I seen it. It's just sad that there's a lot of people out there that had their head in the sand thinking otherwise. But let's get on and just get to these awards. Now this is going to be kind of fun because I'm going to show it on the screen, and if you guys on the panel aren't looking at the screen, which you should be watching this beautiful gameplay. Well, not this, because I wasn't doing that good on this battlefield. But regardless,
About to watch this one now. Scoping straight up into this.
Oh man. Anyway, so I'm gonna place some of the categories. We ain't gonna go through every category unless you want to. I mean, but we can all be fast, and it's just kind of like, hey, which game do you think is gonna win it, and then each person say whatever, and then we move on, and then we get to the last topic and get out of here. I want to see if we can try to do this in like 30 minutes. So, all right. Let me change this up. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. I can push buttons. I can know how to do this stuff now. I promise you, I do. Let's see.
Are we all like professional button pushers?
Don't
That's what we hear about. We hear about talking about pushing buttons.
Here we go. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I can push these.
Life and death.
Well, life and death. I know I was about to fat finger it. I was
Best
scared.
debut indie.
This map actually looks incredible. Like I haven't played 2042 at all.
It's you know what? I played it at launch. It was awful. It was awful to death. But when it got the day before the game released, for the people who didn't buy the premium, it played a lot better. I played it again the other night. It played solid. It played a hell of a lot better. It looks better. It's just different. It's not traditional Battlefield, and that's where the problem is. They're trying to be a little bit too innovative for a lot of people, and a lot of people just kind of want the same things. It's kind of like what we were saying with Halo, like people complain about this and that or whatever. But anyway, but yeah, now I would recommend everybody to give it, at least play the 10 hours and try it for yourself. The Portal is amazing. I love the Portal, and so anyway, but there's some things that they do need to iron out. Okay, so best debut indie. Okay, can you guys see this?
Yep.
All right, so here we have the Artful Escape. You got the Forgotten City, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, and you got Sable and Valheim. Sorry. So which one of you guys is picking which? I'm gonna start with you, Slayer. Out of this category right here, which one are you picking out of this group?
Kena.
All right. Okay. Dreadpool.
Artful Escape.
Okay. Ham Solo.
Tina.
Tina. All right. What about you, Kev?
Yeah, because the only one I played was Kina, and it was busted
Yeah.
on PC, so I didn't finish it.
Jesus Christ! I was waiting to get it
No.
on PC, but I heard it was busted. So I was
I heard it was busted. It's the only one I know of.
I heard people had some mixed results on it. I had a section of the game where I went down to like 13 frames a second. Again, on a 2080 Ti. I put it down.
Oof. Damn. Okay. And people in the chat, please play along.
I did it again.
We want you guys to check it out for real. So let us know what you think. And I see Optic is come up there and he said oh for him. So people in the chat, please do that. All right. Let us know. Okay, so best multiplayer. You got Back 4 Blood, you got Knockout City, you got It Takes Two, you got you got Monster Hunter Rise, and you got New World, and you got Valheim again. Valheim. I'm sorry. I don't know why I see Valheim.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Okay.
I want to say Back 4 Blood, but I believe It Takes Two will get it.
Okay. All right. Kev, Solo.
Easy. It Takes Two.
Okay, Kev.
The only one of these I actually played was Back 4 Blood. So
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I got It Takes Two, but I have not played it. I bought it day one, and I still haven't played because they say you need to play with somebody, and I haven't played with anybody. So, but I hear it's a fantastic game. So I'm gonna have to go with I have to go with yeah, because I haven't played anything else. I got to go with Back 4 Blood. I do want to play Knockout City. It was something that was very intriguing to me, but I have not got a chance to play it yet. So, all right. So,
same. Valheim looks interesting too, but I just haven't had a chance to play it.
Yeah. Okay. This bullshit right here, trash. Hold on, where's my damn thing? I gotta hit the sound clip for this. I can't stand this. I can't stand it.
Betrayal.
I hate it to death. Why? Oh my god, I hate this. Anyway, best sports racing game. Okay. So you got F1 2021. You got FIFA 2022. Forza Horizon 5, Hot Wheels.
Enough said.
Forza.
Listen, there's Riders Republic in here too. Riders Republic is legit.
Forza. Yes,
Okay.
It is still Forza. We all know it. Let's not
Forza.
pretend like we need mince words.
Yeah, Forza. Next.
Anybody
Next
else got
topic.
anything different?
Next topic.
I'm still surprised that Gran Turismo 6 isn't in there.
Oh my god.
Not Forza. I mean, come on now, seriously. Like that's got to be
That's
asked.
what I'm saying. Yeah, come
Why
on.
they got sports and racing?
Hey, Jeff, you see
together?
how
It's
easy
so
that
stupid.
was?
It's so stupid. It's so
We
stupid.
I don't
got
like
all the Xbox have category. 3 games.
Okay.
Halo's Gear and Forza. That's all they have. Let them have their category.
Yeah, let them have their category. All right, okay. All right, best sim strategy. All right, here we go. We got Age of Empires 6. We got Evil
4.
Genius 2,
4.
World Domination, Humankind, Inscription, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Which one,
Ooh.
guys?
Yeah.
I find
yeah.
that Evil Genius 2 just came out and it's already up here. I find that a little too shady.
2. Okay. All right.
You know what I mean?
the way actually, because it was explained to me actually.
Right.
Jeff Grubb explained this to me. They send out for all the people who are doing the voting. If they send they'll send the review keys out for people to play them like a month in advance. Yeah, like a month in advance.
Yeah, I know.
So there's another one in here, SMT5, that they did, and it was like it came out like a couple days before this did. But to answer the question, H4. This is my category. I don't know why Flight Sim is in there. That's odd. But these other ones are actual like strategy games. H4, easily.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Age.
What's the name of the whoa? What's the name of the category again? Like what is the category?
Strategy and sim.
Yeah, strategy.
Strategy and sim. Okay, so I could disagree completely. The fact that you're saying that this is not worthy to be considered because flight simulators, well, it's in the name, it's a simulator. But
No. What I'm saying is I don't understand why sims and strategy games are together in the first place.
Because the strategy game is more of a at least for Age and for Humankind, it's more of a simulation of the war. And that whole thing, it's supposed to be more of a simulation, even though they don't really mention it. But if you think about it, that's what it really is. But that being said, I'm torn between Age and Flight Simulator, and it's a tough 50-50 for me because
you only can pick one.
Right, because
as
as
a
a
time limit.
Right, as a flight sim guy, a former airline mechanic and all that. It's all of that. But my brother loves Age of Empires, and through him, I've loved that series too. So I'm just gonna flip a coin right now. Heads, Age of Empires.
Oh my God. Okay.
Literally.
Listen.
Age of Empires. Hey, I'm torn between. I gotta pick one, right? Age of Empires.
Yeah, you gotta pick one. Okay. All right. Ham. Which one?
This one's easy as well, and it's just for versatility reasons. I can play it on my Xbox, PC, on my Oculus, Flight Simulator for the win.
All right.
You can play a Flight Simulator on the Oculus. That would be really cool.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I do. And it's
That's a lot cheaper than that damn flight stick. Okay, anyway. All right. For me, it's Age of Empires. I put in about almost 20 hours in no time playing that when it first launched.
Easy to do.
Want to hear something funny? You want to hear something funny? Last year, Microsoft Flight Simulator won Best Strategy Sim.
Already?
Last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fiction.
Because it was PC. Not Xbox.
So
that's
Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay.
You know I come out with the facts.
You do.
We're going for the 3P. It's all right.
You're part of the X-Files gaming X-Files team. That's where you are, because you be coming out with this stuff from nowhere.
All the conspiracies, right?
Yeah, man.
He's Mulder. He's Mulder.
Yeah, he's Mulder.
I brought out the biggest gaming console that dwarfed the PlayStation 5, and y'all were like, "What?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember that Panasonic that I brought out?
I do remember that. That was pretty. Yeah. That I was like, "What?"
But the 3DO?
No, it was something else. It was huge.
It's one of the late.
You mean the laser active? The laser active. Yeah.
I was like, what? Yeah, that was.
You never seen a laser disc before? I will show you a laser disc tomorrow on the Dragon's Den. Okay. It's a CD the size of a freaking record, and that's what that system held.
It was huge. I was like, you got to be kidding. But okay, we got to keep it moving. All right, best family game. It Takes Two. It Takes Two, baby. Even though, and you know what? It Takes Two is trying to sue them for the name, which is crazy. Mario Party Superstars, new Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World Browser's Fury, WarioWare, Get It Together.
Mario World shouldn't be on the list. All the others are worthy, but It Takes Two.
Mario World is a Wii U game, so it's my pick, but it's a Wii U game.
Oh, okay, that's your pick.
Yeah, they ported it to the Switch.
Oh, okay.
And added the Bowser's Fury DLC.
Okay, what about you, Dredd?
When it comes to family, I'm gonna say Mario Party.
Okay, all right. What about you,
worthy choice?
Solo?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same because It Takes Two. I'm not sure if I'd say it's a family game. It's a 2-player game, and you can play it with your bro. But like, my favorite was playing it with the lady. But I ain't finna play it with my daughter. It's just that story. I just don't feel like she's ready for that at the age of 3, 4, 5, or something like that.
I need to play that.
It's a relationship type of story between a husband and a wife.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. So, like a family game, I just like some of this, and this is a little off topic. This some of this stuff on this Game Awards stuff, I just don't freaking get it, dude.
Like Mario should be best platformer. Why is it here? Like Mario Party fits, but not Mario World and Pokemon Snap. I don't get that either.
I can understand Pokemon Snap as a family game.
Okay. All right.
I can understand that.
All right. So Kev, what is yours?
Mario 3D World.
Okay. Yeah, that's me too. Super Mario 3D World, Browser's Fury. I love it. Even though, it's in the category, I get what you guys are saying, because I really do. It makes sense. And I've never played. I've played Mario Party. I've never been into Mario Party. I don't know.
I can't get into Mario Party.
Oh, shit. Here we go. You know we got to go ham in here. We know we got to do it. Let's go. Best fighting, baby. Okay. Demon Slayer. I'm not going to say all that. Just say Demon Slayer. Guilty Gear Strive, Melty Blood Type Lumina, Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl.
Guilty Gear, enough said.
Hold on. Virtual 5 Ultimate Showdown. You, Slayer, which one are you saying? You saying Guilty Gear?
Yep, absolutely. Enough said.
All right. Kev.
This isn't my genre. Like I in terms of fighting games, I play Mortal Kombat basically. So I'm probably not the guy to ask about this.
Okay. What about you, Dreadpool?
I'm gonna say Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl is the best fighting piece of shit.
I almost said that as a troll, actually.
Hey! What the shit?
On here.
How could you lose?
Oh my god.
So yeah, as a Mortal Kombat fan, I'm gonna have to side with Virtual Fighter.
Virtual Fighter? Oh,
yeah.
Nice. All right, and Han Solo, what are you?
Man of culture.
I'm going to go the opposite direction of what he said because I have a 3-year-old, or actually a 4-year-old now. So
have you played it online?
I haven't played. I haven't played Nickelodeon Brawl at all. But I'm just going to guess because I haven't played any of these games. But I've really been pulling for the kiddo games because I'm trying to get my daughter with me into gaming. Kind of, as a daddy-daughter kind of thing. So I'm all for the kid games, but I haven't played it. Tell me about it. Is it worth it?
No.
Damn.
No. Stay away from it.
Yeah, everybody
the online is horrible. If you play local, it's not as bad, but the frame rate, the hiccups, everything is horrible.
I heard same
so you'll have a better experience staying just to the console. That's it.
I've heard there's some bad things. Also, get your daughter on Overcooked. Overcooked is actually a really fun local co-op.
Right now, she's been messing with Sackboy. She loves that game.
Sackboy's fun. Rain on Your Parade is fun.
Cake Batter or something like that, right? Cake.
Golf with Your Friends is fun.
Yeah,
all
cake
fun
something.
games.
Yeah. That one there, my daughter loves, and she's 8. So I mean, I had the Disney Infinity. So we can play together when she grew up, and I packed it all away.
Right.
We played a little bit, but it is what it is.
Speaking of, they need to get some of these Lego games on the Game Pass.
With the fighting games, that's pretty epic to me. I really find that to be pretty epic. It's like everybody's children. It's gotten to a little, like sensitive, calming town. When we talk about fighters, when you kick ass. But anyway.
Yeah, but
so Kid Mega, what's your pick?
Okay. Obvious winner is going to be Guilty Gear Strive. And
thank you. Tiebreaker.
That's not my choice, though.
That's not your choice?
That's not my choice.
You're picking Virtual Fighter, aren't you?
Nope, I'm picking Melty Type Luna. Melty Blood is
wow!
Wow,
really?
I love it.
Cool. I gotta try that one out, though.
It's very fast paced. A lot of that net code is it is so,
you make me want to play this.
It's so good. It is.
I did not see that coming.
It's in the realm of the Night Birth. I don't know if you guys ever played those type of fighting games, but it's a 2D. Closest thing probably you could think about it is being to like Street Fighter, but it is so fun. Like once you start figuring out how to play it, but that net code is the winner. Like I mean, even Guilty Gear Strive, I got it on the PC, and there's some hiccups, but there's nothing that looks better. I think Demon Slayer looks fantastic, but there's nothing that looks better than Guilty Gear Strive right now, fighting wise. Like Mortal Kombat 11 is the only thing that probably in comparison. Guilty Gear Strive is a beautiful game, and it should be the one that wins. But I'm going with Melty Blood. All right, let me get on. I'll talk about fighters all damn night. Best role-playing game. Okay.
Tales of Arise isn't on the list. I think PK is going to jump in here and kill us. So
Tales of Arise is right here at the end. Shimmy Mommy Timothy's V.
Shin Megami
Tensei. It's the
put respect on the name.
I know. I need to put respect on the name because I played it back on the PlayStation 1, and this is the actual spin-off. Well, the spin-off is Persona from this. Right.
Like I'm playing SMT 5 now. SMT, people compare it to Persona, they get mad, but Persona is a spin-off. Yeah. It's basically really dark Persona without the relationships.
Yes.
Like I prefer SMT. I've only played 5 over. I played a little bit of Persona 4, a little bit of Persona 5.
Is it on the PC
prefer
yet?
SMT. It is not. It is only on the Switch.
I know it's on Switch now. I want to get it on PC.
SMT3, the remaster they did, is on PC, but it is a 30 FPS port. I don't know why they did a 30 FPS, but it's a 30 FPS port.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a turn-based JRPG. Gameplay is very similar to Persona.
I love turn-based.
Yep. So that does it. So it might not be as big a deal. Gameplay, the demons, all that, right out of Persona. Is just the themes are different, and it's harder than Persona.
Now it doesn't have Madara in there, do they?
Madara?
The penis demon, do they?
Yes, it's in there. I haven't seen the penis demon in there.
He's everywhere in Persona.
Shout out to Mandy Lee Plays, because she posted it on Twitter, and I was like, wait, what? They put a penis monster in here?
People thought I was lying when I talked about Madara back in the days, and I think I'm saying his name right, but when I played Persona back in the day, I said, man, there's this demon that's on a damn chariot, and it's a big green penis on a chariot.
Yo, Kev.
It's a mean bastard.
Yo, Kev. Wonder why I'm thinking this whole time he's like Madara. I'm like, why is he talking about Naruto right now? What the hell? And then a penis mine. He starts talking about what the hell are we in right now?
I say the penis demon.
What the hell am I doing here?
Penis demon in SMT5.
Yes.
I have not made it to see this penis demon because I'm playing too many games at once.
He's got a tongue and everything.
Mental note sick. Don't play SMT5. There's a penis demon. You're not trying to see that. You're not
he's
trying to see that.
He's in Persona 4. So, I mean, you can't get on. He's in Persona 3. Like, he's everywhere.
Yeah, it's like all the monsters in SMT and Persona are the same. So, like, all the demons and the powers are like, well, basically, like when you get, like, say, Frost, the little snowman that you get in Persona, you actually get the snowman in your party instead of people in SMT. Or like you have like the little fairy ability in Persona. You get the fairy joins you in your party in SMT.
Okay, all right. I know Dreadpool is like, what the hell? See, this would be great.
Penis monsters. Right, like, no thanks.
Okay,
no thanks.
All right. So, all right, and then the next game, Scarlet Nexus. Then there's Monster Hunter Rise and Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, so Ham Solo. I'm gonna call you Han Solo. Ham Solo. Which one out of this list? This is
my goodness. This is a walk in the park for me. Sorry. No, actually, no, I'm not sorry. Fuck it. I ain't sorry at all. Scarlet Nexus is the best role-playing game in all of these. Tales of Arise looks amazing. I want to play it, but nothing made me just throw my money like Scarlet Nexus did. And I feel like maybe it's because of the demo. I got to try it out. But it was just so good. The story was really good. The only gripe I had about it was the comic book like cutscenes were kind of annoying sometimes. But the actual gameplay, fire. Teamwork, fire.
You know,
it was fire.
You're making me smile right now because this is my genre. Like, I love RPGs. Okay. Now, I haven't played all of these because Halo has taken over my life, essentially. My gaming life. I've been basically jumping between Brilliant Diamond and Shining, or Brilliant Diamond / Shining Pearl. I'm playing Diamond, SMT, and Halo is what I've been jumping back and forth in between. Scarlet Nexus is on my to-do list. I played most of Cyberpunk, but I want to wait for them to fix it. And I've put about 9-10 hours into Shin Megami Tensei. I haven't played Monster Hunter. I haven't played Tales of Arise. Again, I haven't even purchased those two yet, so they're on my to-do list.
I feel like Cyberpunk should have easily won this, but it left such a bad taste.
And you know what? I'm not. You know, and that's going to make this even more controversial because I'm picking Cyberpunk.
Exactly, I'm picking Cyberpunk as well. But the thing about it is, for me, in contrast, you know, to what you just said there, Dreadpool, is that a lot of people who were saying all these things about I'm sorry. I keep getting your names mixed up tonight. I don't know why. And previously I was calling you Hustle and Motivate. I don't know why I did that. Ham Solo. Sir.
I don't even know you're talking to me half the damn time.
I'm sorry. I keep doing that. All night I've been doing that. It's all me. It's all me. He said penis sponsors, and now I'm just I'm damaged forevermore. But previously, you were mentioning. Oh my God! I already lost my train of thought. Oh, you were saying about Cyberpunk and how a lot of it had a bad taste in people's mouths and the whole drama surrounding it. But what I've noticed is everyone
that I know who was talking all that talk early on with the whole drama behind the game, it was unoptimized, it wasn't ready, all these things, they've all since played the game, and they all take back their words. They all say it was one of the best experiences they ever had. Not they didn't have bugs or whatever, but they've all come back and said, no, that game was hot fire. And but damn all the talk from people who sat there from the sidelines and not playing it. And as a person who, and I played it from the Series X, and we know how it is with that game, how we had the least amount of issues early on compared, but I still had issues with people flying around, all types of wild stuff. Yet and still, Cyberpunk, by far, I know if PK was here, he would pick Tales of Arise. Right. He's crackhead for that game, and Scarlet Nexus is definitely hot fire. This is known and has been respected since it's been out. But for me, Cyberpunk without question.
I mean, I know you just said that about Cyberpunk, you know, now it's great. But the way I'm looking at this award thing is like you had your window. Cyberpunk had its window and it fucked up. Scarlet Nexus had its window and it was fire. That's all I'm saying.
So Cyberpunk was great if you played it on PC, if you played it on PS5, if you played it on Series X. It was fine. The only people that were having problems with Cyberpunk were playing it on consoles those games shouldn't have been on in the first place.
Yep, I have a Series X. And I was having issues with missions popping up and stuff like that.
Okay. I'm talking about like where you just couldn't outright. Like the game was just outright unplayable.
Because missions not popping up is a common thing. Look, like I'm not making excuses for it. It's not cool, but that happens in lots of games. It just is a thing.
Yeah, that's bugs. Which most of those bugs I understand are ironed out now. Of course, it should have launched better. I'm not trying to excuse that. Right. But most of the controversy came from the game was just unplayable. And I'm like, you knew it was unplayable months and months before the game came out on PS4 and Xbox One. You shouldn't have put it out there. You should have said, hey, you know what? We can't do this. I know it was promised, but it's just not feasible on this hardware.
All right,
like we tried, we did everything we could, but it just doesn't work.
I say put it back for the awards after the Series S and X patch comes out, and let's try to forget that the last launch ever happened.
Okay.
Just use the PC version. Just think of the PC version.
I'm gonna surprise y'all, right? I'm gonna go with the penis substitute.
Yes!
Oh my god.
You know what the funny thing is? I've got the Series, I've got the 1X, I've got the OG one, and I played on all three and had no issues on all three. There's one time that I have some weird screen shit going on. No issues. Everybody was talking about the melted faces. I would run around and one of the bars in the first part of the levels. I would run around in circles trying to get up to people, and when I would come up to them, their face would load in. But when I was on the 1X and the Series, no problems. It was already loaded. And that's on the standard hard drive. When I did the OG one with a SSD, it was already loaded.
While we're on the topic of, and I don't want to take away what you said.
I didn't want y'all to stay too long, but fuck it, we're here now, so keep going. I don't care.
No, I was going to ask a question about Tales of Arise because I don't know anything about Tales of Arise. It was totally not on my radar.
Tales of Arise.
Okay, I'm looking for a Switch version. I will cop the Switch version. I just can't find one.
I don't think is it on the Switch?
I'm seeing mixed stuff saying it's on the Switch, saying that it's not.
I don't know
what this is.
If it is, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I mean, it could have been. I don't know. If somebody could look that up and let us know in the chat.
If it's not, I'll probably cop it on Xbox then.
Okay, so for me, I'm going. Man, listen. Oh well, hold on. Let me read your super chats. Okay, hold on.
There's a couple
people taking this shit personal here. Okay, so Dragonheart Yobi said Cyberpunk 2077 100%. I 1000, and I will continue to play through it again despite the past issues I experienced on my Series X. Love it. It was my personal game of the year for 2020. Okay, and then the friendly neighborhood.
And Yobi was one of the people that first didn't like the game at all for what it was early on, and he played it after the fact and loves it. You know, a lot of people regret saying what they said back then.
The friendly neighborhood Blue Shell says RPG should be between Scarlet and Tails. CP was broken, which is Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was broken on release and shouldn't be rewarded. All right, so
he feels the opposite.
Thank you.
For
Thank
me.
you. That's what I say.
Some people feel what they feel.
Right, no, and that's fine. That's what this is all about. For me, hands down, if it wasn't for, and I got to agree with Ham Solo 100%, if the game, and I didn't have only but one problem when I played it on the Series X, and that was the one mission where you was trying to rescue old girl, and when she was in that with the brothel chick, I forgot her name, because I beat it I got it in December and I beat it in December twice, because I loved it so much. That was the only time that they kicked me out, and like there was some other crazy graphical stuff that was weird. Like if you drove through the trash the landfill area, there was some weird things. But the game just ran perfect for me overall than those two issues. Cyberpunk would have been hands down, but I cannot deny. And I have Tales of Arise. I put in like 30 hours in Tales of Arise. Too slow of a start. It doesn't get really cracking until like the 15-hour mark.
I drop it by then.
Yeah. About a 10 between 10 to 15 out. That's when it starts popping. Just takes too long, but it is a good game once you get past that point. But there is nothing, and I am saying this, and I ain't even play SMT, and I ain't played Monster Hunter, but I don't see anything touching Scarlet Nexus. Scarlet Nexus should be up there for Game of the Year. It should be a nomination for Game of the Year. Game is
I'll put it this way.
Dumb fire.
What I've played of SMT so far, it's in my running. I don't want to say it is because I feel like I haven't gotten far enough. I've only played about half of it. But it is up there for me in top of my personal Game of the Year. Okay. Like my top three, I'll just throw that out there now.
I'm going to play it. I'm definitely going to play it.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to play it.
Okay, yeah, I'll play. If you have a Switch, pick it up now.
Well, no, I got a Switch.
Okay, yeah.
But I want to play it. I want it better frame rates. I want to play it at its, looking at it best.
The frame rate's actually pretty steady. It's a lock 30, but if you want that 60, I totally get it.
Okay, yeah, I want that 60. I want that.
Yeah. But obviously, it's probably my number 3 after Metroid Dread and Psychonauts.
Okay, all right. Okay, we're getting close there. We're not going to do all 16, but we're going to get close. Best action game adventure. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village. Best action game adventure. Okay, so Dreadpool, you got it, brother. Which one?
So I'm tied between Guardians of the Galaxy and Psychonauts 2, but because of the leak, I think Ratchet and Clank is going to win.
Wow.
My personal choice would have to be, it's a flip of a coin. We'll go with Psychonauts 2. Because it was different. I feel that one to be more of a platformer than an adventure, but it is what it is.
I would agree. I would agree, but it does have a good, compelling story to it, though, as well.
Yes.
So I think that's where the adventure aspect of it is. What about you, Slayer? Out of these,
the previous categories, right? Like the previous one you're speaking about. See, this is why I would keep. I'll have to shout out the other games, Call it Nexus, dope game from day one. Everybody loves it. Cyberpunk and all the other games. Like, you have to realize how great they are. So I see these 5 games, and I have to think, I can spot originality about how many people overall really love the game, and then I gotta think about my own opinions on them, right? And I've only touched all 5 of these, right? And from what I've seen, Psychonauts 2 may be different, but it's a great game. But the game that I saw most people going nuts for, because I really have no skin in the game for all 5, I would have to say is Resident Evil. So my vote would have to go to Resident Evil, just because to me I like them all equally. But the game that I see that resonates the most is Resident Evil. So that's my vote.
Okay. All right, Kev, which one?
Psychonauts.
All right, Ham Solo.
Guardians of the Galaxy is awesome. Really like that game. Ratchet and Clank, it was too similar to have two different characters. That bothered me in the game. They were the exact same character. Psychonauts 2, easy. It's just so much adventure, so much great story. Yeah, easy.
Okay. You know what? I only played one of these games, and so, but I'm not going to give that the nod. I'm going to give it to Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going to go with kind of what, and my reason is for what Six was saying. I see people resonate, yes, and over Resident Evil Village, but
I've also seen that with Guardians. Yeah, most recently, yes, that's the game.
Yeah, but see, the one reason why I think a lot of people was fanning out for Resident Evil Village is because graphically look good, and then of course of that,
right,
the big voluptuous chick. So I think a lot of people, I think that people was like, oh yeah.
So the previous game too, but Marvel's Guardians been hitting it in that same way too.
Yeah,
it really
Guardians
has.
Guardians they got me wanting Guardians. Now I'm not even interested in Resident Evil, so. I'm going to get Metroid Judge Dredd, and when I get a PlayStation 5, even though I still think that this game will eventually come to PlayStation 4, and maybe through stream.
It'll come to PC too, probably.
Oh, Ratchet and Clank, I'll get it, but yeah, okay.
I'm there day one.
Day one.
I will tell you though, you will thoroughly like I gave it to Psychonauts, but you will thoroughly enjoy Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's fire.
It's so fire.
Everybody's saying that.
It was not on
everybody's saying that. You got me excited because I was not going to play Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going to probably wait until sometime next year because I have a nice backlog, in particular of Switch games right now.
Yes.
Yeah, Blue Shell. This was a tough call, and this next one too.
Okay, I think if Avengers didn't screw over the hype for Guardians of the Galaxy, they probably would have went out, but because of the way that Avengers affected it, everybody assumed Guardians was going to be the same way.
When I saw the gameplay, and I think they were showing the Switch version at E3. That's when I checked out.
I was like, okay,
this is yucky.
That's exactly how I was like.
Yeah, you used the word yucky too.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Let's not do this.
All right, best action game. Back for Blood. Chivalry 2. I think that's how you say it.
It's Chivalry 2.
Deathloop, Far Cry 6, and Returnal. There we go. We got a Returnal sign, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Ham Solo. Which one of these?
Easy again.
Man, you are just like everything's easy to you tonight. Okay.
Yes, this is easy.
All right.
Far Cry 6 for the win. It was just such a grabbing game. Like once I got into playing that game, I'm not sure what anybody else's experience was, but I just couldn't put it down until I finished it. And it was just so much fun. The story was pretty nuts. I really liked the antagonist. He was a real asshole. And just some of the subtle hints that they laid for the upcoming, add-ons to the game and stuff like that were really cool. So that's my choice.
Okay. All right, Dreadpool.
I want to say Back for Blood, but I know Far Cry 6 is going to get it. There's no comparison. Nah, yeah.
Okay.
Smokes them all.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Slayer.
So I'll go piece by piece. Back for Blood is just another Left 4 Dead. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's just more of the same. And I'm tired of zombies, but this is more of the same. I haven't heard any complaints against the game, but it's just more of the same. Chivalry 2, a great sequel to a great game that not enough people are playing or even know about. It's unfortunate that's probably not going to get the dub. Deathloop straight up fell off. All right? I'm not saying it's not good or bad. It straight up fell off. Returnal, and a lot of people hold the technical issues against Cyberpunk. Well, for Dolo of Returnal, because even the developers were like, don't play it till the patch come out.
Right, that was bad.
Okay, when a developer says to you, don't play the game they made, so that leaves Far Cry 6. Let's be honest, the competition, listen, this is just another Far Cry game overall, but all the other games have something holding it against them versus Far Cry 6, and Far Cry 6 doesn't have any of these negatives that you could really hold against it, other than it being another Far Cry game, and Far Cry games to get to number 6. And there's also that side, and there's a couple of side games that just shows it's a franchise that's got legs and people like, and for damn good reason. So Far Cry 6.
For me, it's Far Cry 6 for sure.
Yeah, see?
Listen, I mean, it's the same.
Landslide.
You know what, Sleepy Goblin, I appreciate it because you know what, the last Far Cry I beat was 3, and I think I almost got done with. Well, I'm a little bit over on 5.
Exactly.
I never played 4.
Exactly, Blue Shell. I have to hold it against it.
Grabbed me. At first, it grabbed me because I'm like, oh, this is crazy. And then it kind of got into the Far Cry 6. I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. And then it kicked in. And then when they started doing the race thing with like light-skinned Latinos or Yarns and dark-skinned Yarns and then like the whole situation between the son, the father, and old girl, because I played with the lady and protagonist. Man, bro. And man, that game was beautiful too. Oh, yeah, that game was fire. That game was fire. Yeah. I had to just like you, I had to no life that game because I couldn't stop playing. I put everything down for Far Cry 6, so that definitely gets a nod for me. Solid. Okay. Anybody play well, there's only I don't play the iHerpes machine, even though my kids forced me to play it the other night.
Keep telling you to buy one, bro. You ain't trying to hear the homie, but
you know what? I think I'm probably going to get one for Christmas. I think somebody's going to force me one. To be honest with you. Okay, so best VR. If y'all want to do this or skip this one, let me know.
I can tell you real quick. Okay. It's amongst the VR community. I haven't played either one of these, but the big talk is between Resident Evil and Sniper Elite. Hitman is on the come up, but I would give it to Resident Evil from what I've seen. I can only imagine what people will say.
Right. Yeah, that's where I was going.
Okay. All right.
Same.
Okay.
Why isn't Flight Simulator on it?
You know, and this is what the 6th category we've gone through that Forza Horizon 5 got snubbed. I can't believe this shit.
Oh man. Okay, so here we go with innovation and accessibility. Shout out to Cerebral Prawl and so many other UK dazzers and all.
There it is, right there. You just called it out. There you go. The only game that even fits the bill.
All right, so you got Far Cry 6, Forza Horizon 5, Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy, Ratchet and Clank, and then you have The Veil. That's a new showing. So
it's only one game that even fits. What the hell is this?
Right.
Okay, so
next.
Okay. Next. All right, let's go.
Everybody agrees? It's Forza. Move on.
Forza, okay. Yeah. Come on now.
I'll say yay.
Adaptive controller. Hello. Duh. This is stupid.
Okay, for mobile players, no disrespect. I'm just gonna go say Genshin Impact. So that's for me.
Yeah, it's obvious.
Let's say next.
Bless Indie. Okay, 12 minutes. Death's Door. Inscription. Tina. Loop Hero.
Too bad Project Windman isn't on there, but I'm gonna have to go with Kina.
Okay.
Wait. No. That's Door.
I knew it. I was waiting for it.
12 minutes is super close. It's a super close number 2, man. I really want to vote for that. That's the one that had my heart, but effectively as a better game, that's Death's Door. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Dripple?
I'm on a flip of a coin between those two also.
Yeah.
I might have to go with. You know what? I'll go the opposite. I'll go 12 minutes because it was that one dude that came up with it and did it all himself and got good actors to do the voiceovers. So
it's totally a game that you can show to somebody who's never played games before and they could have fun with it because you don't need to know anything. You don't need any experience. It's like, watching movies where they like repeat the like time period over and over and over, and every time they do, you learn more and more about what happened. It's the same thing. And so it works so well. It works so well. Like the movie Vantage Point was like that. And this game is exactly like that. And I feel a lot of people could appreciate that if they've never played games. But Death's Door was really a great game. But I can understand your vote for 12 minutes. It really is good.
It's a hard call between the two. But like I said, I'll give it a 12.
Okay. All right. What about you, Kev?
I've played a couple of these, but I haven't finished any of them. So I'm prefacing with that, but I'm going to say Death's Door.
Okay. What about you, Solo?
All right, so Keena's a really good game. 12 minutes. I played the hell out of that game until I 100 that one completely. But I just can't believe how much I'm hearing about the game that I'm going to vote for, which is Death's Door. I can't have a podcast. I feel like every time I invite somebody to my podcast, that's one of their top 3 games.
It's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
And it's insane. I haven't even played it, but I'm just like, man, like you guys, and it's only $20. So it's like, you guys really like this game. Like I've never heard somebody, talk.
It's like the new Hades of the year.
$20 game.
Right. Yeah. I'm waiting for the physical release. I want the physical release of Death's Door for the Switch, and I'm gonna grab it.
Nice. I definitely. I'm gonna go for Death's Door as well.
And I've already double dipped on it. I bought it on Xbox and I bought it on PC.
Oh, it's on PC. Ooh, that can get it for my Steam.
It's on PC. It's on Steam. It's on the Windows 10 app, and it's on GOG.
Okay.
Yep, they're putting it on PS5. They're putting it on PS4. I think it's already on the Switch at this point. I'm just waiting for the physical release.
Okay. All right. Games for Impact. You got Before Your Eyes, Boyfriend Dungeon. What is it? Shy Corey, The Colorful Tale, Life is Strange, True Colors, No Longer Home. If anybody played any of these, listen, if Dee was here, I already know where her or Mitchie, because they talked about Boyfriend Dungeon heavily. Like they
Boyfriend
really dug that.
Dungeon, from what I've seen of it, because I haven't played any of these myself. I've seen some of them on stream. And what I've seen on stream, I'm actually installing it right now. Boyfriend Dungeon is cool as hell.
Okay. My wife is she definitely, that's matter of fact, what I'm finna get her for Christmas is Life is Strange, True Colors, because she was like, oh, I want to play that after I get done playing because she's on the second one, and she's halfway done with it. So, yeah, that's for me. Anybody else got anything to say about this? I'm sorry.
The only one I know of is Life is Strange. That's it.
Okay.
So I wouldn't know what.
Boyfriend Dungeon is on Game Pass.
Yeah.
For PC and console. It's like a 4-hour game. What I've played of it's really cool. It's like a dungeon crawler, but then there's this like kind of comic book-esque story to it too, but like a pick your own adventure kind of thing to it. I just haven't had the time to play it, but I've seen it on stream.
Okay.
So
there's nothing like Shower really with Daddy or any of that stuff, man.
No, nothing like that. It's a hack and slash dungeon crawling game.
It's just, the name and the picture, it all just seems like
it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, but trust me, the game is dope. And it's on Game Pass. What have you got to lose?
Nothing. Sure. I'll take your word for it.
Okay, best performance. I'm not going to try to read all these people's names, even though, I'm Erica, and then like I love dude, but I don't even know how to say
Giancarlo Esposito. Come on, man.
Yes.
Giancarlo Esposito, enough said.
Yeah. And then you got Jason Kelly from Deathloop. You got, of course, Esposito from Far Cry 6. You got Erica for Life is Strange, True Colors. You got Maggie for Resident
Maggie did a great
Village.
job. Close number 2 for sure.
So she was the voice of Lady whatever.
Yeah.
Lady Kiss all in. And then
the Thirst Trap.
You
did a good job though with the voice.
Listen, I'm not even gonna let me be country. I don't know how to say this woman's name for Deathloop.
I don't know how to say it either, bro.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
Sister girl.
I'm not gonna disrespect Sister girl.
Kaga.
All right.
Juliana Blake.
Yeah. So which one will y'all pick?
I ain't played none of these, so I don't know the performances.
Giancarlo Esposito, his character really wasn't used as much, but for the few times he was there, he really did put, he always does his best, and he does, even then, in a video game where they really didn't use him as much as they should, he knocked it out the park. But Maggie really did a good job as Lady Dimitri or something like that. Like, you saw her a lot more than you saw. Yeah. Thirst Trap, but the voice acting,
Thirst Trap.
Like the point when she's on the phone and she's super mad and she's talking to her boss and she's like the acting was pretty good, but still I gotta give it to Giancarlo Esposito. But I mean, hey, he's had more experience as an actor and he really does portray it, even in to him, that was really a small thing, but well done.
All right, what about you other two guys? What do y'all think? Ooh.
I'll hop on real quick. So Juliana Blake, I heard, is relentless in Deathloop and is a really good character. But bruh, Anton Castillo, that fool emailed me and I had to go hit him up.
He said my grandfather, he says my father, your grandfather, was in the same prison. He says he's boy, Castillo, boy.
He talked that shit, bro. He do.
And I ain't never pulled out my email and got angry. I ain't never pulled out my email and got angry at an antagonist, bro. I ain't never pulled out my email.
Boy, that boy was hard as hell, boy. He's like, man, America is not getting this until we get what we want. Boy, they wanted that cured like a man. Yeah. But because I'm a horny, dirty bastard, I'm going to give it to Lady Thickness.
Yes. Shout out to Thirst Trap.
Your Thirst Trap, aka Thirst Trap. Oh man, Lady Thickness.
Oh my God.
My second place goes to Lady.
What did you say?
He don't know what he said.
Oh no, I think he was over there too. He was motorboating. That's what I think he was doing. Okay,
I got you.
Yeah, so Juan Carlos.
Okay,
he's number one.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody else. And sorry for Sister Girl, we could not pronounce your name. Your performance, and I definitely will. I can't wait to play Deathloop next year on Xbox.
And I just want to say she's beautiful too.
Oh yeah, she's pretty. Oh yeah. She's solid.
I feel like this next one's simple.
Yeah, I'm skipping.
What's the next one?
Yeah.
Art direction.
This one's up. Best musical score and music. Do y'all want to hit this one?
Audio design. It's Forza.
Forza. Once again, obviously.
Well, this I switched past this one, so there's a little.
The best score is Cyberpunk, I think.
Okay.
Cyberpunk easily.
Yeah,
Cyberpunk.
Easily.
Yep.
Cyberpunk music is off the chain.
It's a
no.
I'm kind of sitting there bouncing with Artful Escape on the score.
I'm gonna have to go with Guardians of the Galaxy on that one, man.
Yeah,
that music on Guardians of the Galaxy is outrageous.
I gotta try to get my hands on that game.
The Guardians franchise always picks its music well. The movies, the games, no matter what, like they always do a great job when they select music. That is to be recognized for sure.
All right.
I need them to get me my drive for my Xbox so I can start buying these games physical on Xbox. So I'm buying my physical games again. And some of these games I haven't played because I can't get a physical on Xbox and they're not on Switch.
Sleepy Goblin, I totally agree with you. The Ascent needs to be in here. This is disrespectful.
Yes, The Ascent has amazing music.
Got amazing music, and it's not even.
Yeah, The Ascent is not on there. Yeah, that's not right.
Okay.
The Ascent got a couple snubs. It should have been in there, I think, for best indie too.
I should have. That game, man, I went through that like a hot damn something to butter. Like a hot knife to butter. Best art direction. Okay, I'm gonna give it to Ratchet and Clank because I don't want people to think that I'm a hater of anything Sony. I think Ratchet and Clank is a beautiful game.
Why not so you hated on Kena then?
It's not. Kena had some issues when it come to that. I would say.
Yeah, you were saying that Kena had some issues. It did look beautiful, but I think Ratchet and Clank should get best art.
I'm just talking to
Ratchet and Clank, but Psychonauts is such a close number two because it was innovative, but so was Ratchet and Clank. So Ratchet and Clank though.
Okay, what about you?
Okay, go ahead.
Oh man, the Artful Escape is still up there, and Psychonauts. I might actually have to go with Artful Escape again.
I'm going to play that. I have not.
I'm surprised I actually am picking this one. It's weird that I'm surprised that I'm picking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's an easy 1,000 gamer score.
It's a great game.
Listen to this achievement hunter bastard. Okay, achievement hunter.
Is it Game Pass?
Which game for you? Which game for you?
Yes, me. I didn't. Okay, I thought I said it.
Yeah, Ham Solo. I'm sorry, Ham Solo. Which one?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Ratchet and Clank on this one because I feel like a third of that game is photo mode. So I'm gonna have to go with that one when it comes to art direction.
Okay. What about you, Kev?
Psychonauts.
Okay, Psychonauts. Okay, here we go. We got 3 more. Okay, best narrative. We got Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange, Guardians, and Psychonauts.
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 The other 2 guys?
I'm back to fighting between Psychonauts and It Takes Two. I'm going to go with Takes Two.
Okay. All right. Solo?
Yeah, man, I'm in the same boat, man. And I'm going to go with Psychonauts on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Psychonauts.
I have a wiener.
I just wanted to say that I am completely unobjective when it comes to Psychonauts. My vote was always going to be Psychonauts. Psychonauts is my game of the year. Psychonauts is everything. Play Psychonauts.
Play Psychonauts. Best game direction. Best game direction.
All the snubs to the Ascent, man. It's getting snubbed in a lot of categories it should have been in.
Yeah,
it should have.
Deathloop, It Takes Two, Returnal, Psychonauts, and Ratchet and Clank for best game direction. Let's start with you, Solo.
I'm going to say It Takes Two because we need more multiplayer only games. I think that is just, I thought it was amazing from A Way Out to It Takes Two. Like both of them are absolute bangers, man. And that's the direction I want to see gaming go.
You know what turns me off on these kinds of games?
What?
The fact that there's no matchmaking.
Right.
Like you have to find a buddy to play with it. If I could matchmaking, maybe say, hey, open up text chat, maybe make that accessible to consoles, or open up the voice comm so I could talk to the person in game. That would make those games a lot more appealing to me. But knowing that, you have to find somebody, and then we all work, and I work a weird schedule, so having to link up with somebody on a weird work schedule, nah.
Same thing like finding someone to play Halo. Is it not easy?
The difference is that I can run Halo solo by myself if I want to.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true.
Okay.
I was going to say you don't have to own the game if you're playing as a secondary.
Yeah, if somebody.
Yeah, the problem is finding somebody's schedule who sometimes lines up with me. Like when I did my placement matches in Halo, I did all those solo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's why I haven't played it yet. I bought it day one, and then when I said, Don, you ready? Everybody's talking about this game. Oh, I beat it with my wife. Oh, shit. Okay, so and that's
I'll play it with anybody. That game was fire. I'll go through everything all over again.
Yeah, well, just hit me up, man. Like I'll play it. I want to play it. See what everybody's talking about with it. Because
all right, bet. I'll see you next week.
Okay, cool. And then I'll finally see D in some Gears 5. Finally, I'll probably go kid her up this weekend for sure and say,
hey, when you get on that Gears, you let me know, because I haven't played Gears in about a year. I kind of miss it.
Okay.
If you can get me off of Halo.
Well, I'm getting off the Halo too. So, all right. So, no, go ahead.
Oh, I'm about to say, because Gears is my favorite Xbox IP. So to say you can't pull me off of Halo to play Gears says something.
Oh, that is okay. So who else was next? Dread, Slayer.
Takes Two.
Okay, Slayer.
Already said Psychonauts 2, I thought.
Oh, you said Psychonauts 2? Okay. All right. So
absolutely.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Forza.
Hold on. What's going on here? There we go. Game of the year.
Forza.
Okay. So here we go.
Fuck them, it's Forza. Fuck them, it's Forza.
It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village. So, people in the chat, please let me know what is your pick.
Fuck you, Forza. Fuck you, Forza.
Okay,
Forza.
All right, so
no, but
Slayer,
seriously, though, of the six,
one?
of the six, can you scroll up because I don't see the bottom 3 there.
Oh, okay.
There's Ratchet and Clank, Psychonauts, Resident Evil.
There's Deathloop, there's It Takes Two, and Metroid Dread at the top.
God, that's jeez, man.
Yeah,
that's because it's either Psychonauts or Resident Evil. That's honestly the only games that really, because it's not Ratchet. I don't care. I know Ratchet's already been paid for. Metroid. Listen, I'm not saying Metroid ain't good, but I agree with PK. What PK said. if that's the last one, that is not the way it should have went out. It should have been way bigger, way more
Bombastic for the last Metroid game, man. They should have did so much more than they did with that game. Not that that game is not great, but there are greater games on this list, I feel. And Resident Evil and Psychonauts are both greater games. And Psychonauts.
Here we go. Dreadpool. Which one?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Psychonauts. I think it's got more longevity when it comes to, even after you beat it, you still talk a lot about it. Like, I was expecting Metroid Dread to do more, but it kind of came and went. And just, you know what I mean?
Delilah? Yeah, okay, so Psychonauts 2 for you, Dreadpool.
Yep.
And I agree with you saying about people still talk about it afterwards.
Facts.
Cam Solo, what you got?
Oh, this is easy. Actually, no, this isn't easy. This is actually not as easy. I want to say It Takes Two, but just for the fact that you do, just like you just said just a moment ago, you do have to play with a second person, and sometimes it's hard to find that person. I'm going to easily say Psychonauts 2, just because that story is insane, and and for me, it felt like I was playing different games while playing that game. Like, you'd feel like you're in one game and or doing something, and then you're doing something completely different in like another biome or whatever you want to call it, another part of the story. And it's just like so gripping, and you do not see where it's going really until the end, and then it's still not predictable the way it ends.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. The only game I've ever seen flip gameplay like that either is Nier Automata.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I feel you.
Okay, so Kev, so you're going with Psychonauts, right?
I'm not objective here. I already said this. Psychonauts is my game of the year, followed by Metroid Dread and SMT.
Okay, we did say that. All right, so here you go. Everybody said it. Okay, so for me, it's a no-brainer for me. It's Psychonauts 2. I'm not even gonna front about it. I mean, that game was. I don't even like platformers anymore like that. Like, I mean, it's taking me a hard time to even beat the Oris. Like, because I mean, it's just like, okay, platform. I love it. It's beautiful.
And the first game wasn't even most people's style. Even people who say they respected it.
But that story was so damn interesting. And when you got figured in and started getting into, like, once you got into that psychedelic world with that band, that was it for me. Ooh. I was all in. And then the music and even, I mean, I gotta take it back. Even
I like the library. Teacher. The library is probably my favorite level.
The library.
Mine was a cooking show.
Yeah, the cooking show was good too.
The cooking show was wild. I'm trying to think what the library.
Yeah, the library when you had to get past all the bees and the honey. And then they took you into the world. You had to get those pages.
Yes. Oh, I thought that was like because I'm confused with the mailroom. So
the mailroom was good too.
The mailroom was really cool. It was short, but it was cool once you figured out how to get on the typewriter and stuff. But yeah, I was like, okay. But yeah, all right. So
another good one was the bowling alley was really good.
The bowling alley was great.
The bowling alley was fire.
It was great. That was just so many compelling. Just things. It was so odd. Like, even when you got into that one world where because I try to take it wasn't towards Ratchet and Clank, but for the people that was trying to say, oh, you know, it's so immersive about you going in one dimension and another, and you were at one stage where you go into you're out in the sea, and then you kind of come out of a bottle, and then you're in another world. And
yes, that was fire.
That was dope. But anyway, not Ratchet and Clank, but Psychonauts 2, but I really do think it's who's going to win is going to be Judge Dredd or Resident Evil Village. I think.
Man, just said Judge Dredd.
Did I say Judge Dredd?
Not the first time he said it tonight.
Metroid Dread. My bad. And I'm not even drinking it now. What's up, Delilah?
Put some respect on my girl Samus.
Listen. Sorry,
Switch Gang.
Sorry, says Switch Gang. But anyway, but I think Resident Evil. I think Thirst. I think Lady Thickness is going to win. That or
Thirst Trap.
Thirst Trap. All right. Okay. So last topic, and we can be very brief on it because it's still a lot of information to do, and then we get the hell out of here. I did not think this was going to take this long, but I should have made this like the second topic. Okay. So here, I got my shit. Okay. Here we go. All right. And then I lost it again. Here we go. Let me get to it. You know what? It's going to be hell to try to say this dude's name. I don't even know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try to say it. Okay, so this guy, matter of fact, I'm going to just pop it up. Let's do it. Boom. Okay. This guy, Aaron Peppergenders, I don't know. Can somebody help me with this? Somebody, please.
I know how to say her name. I'm assuming because it's an E Aaron
No,
that it's a female.
It's a man.
Oh, it's a man. Okay, that's a female Aaron. That threw me off.
But it's
I've never heard of this person.
Okay. All right.
Piper Gertis.
Piper Gertis. Thank you.
Glorious.
Thank you. That is very glorious. Say that again. How you say that again? Pepper Gertis. What'd you say?
Piper
Gertis.
Piper.
Just sound it out, folks.
Forget it.
I said Piper, but then I was trying to the last part. So you know what I'm saying. I guess it's that country education, whatever. This is why I dropped
Lots of syllables.
Listen, I can take you where you need to go. I can read a map like nobody's business up and down. But boy, you start telling me how to spell names, it's atrocious. All right, so
rap.
Okay, so this dude right here just got hired by Microsoft, and if you look down here, you can see what he's worked on. He is the producer of WB Games, and he's worked on Injustice, Mortal Kombat, and the last game was Mortal Kombat 11. So the question I'm asking you guys, and this is just for everybody just to talk, does this mean that we might have a big announcement coming up at the VGAs with this man coming here talking maybe about the maybe an acquisition or
Killer Instinct?
Killer Instinct.
Give me Killer Instinct.
Okay, what you guys think? You think I'm onto something here?
I think Killer Instinct.
They just hired this man just a couple of days ago in November. November.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a banner saying KI2.
Yeah, because we've heard in recent talk that they finally have got a plan together. They found a development team or whatever they were going to do. So things were starting to move. We finally were getting movement. So yeah, I think this that piece of the puzzle. And hopefully we see something at the Game Awards. And we can only hope, but who knows?
I got to ask this question just because I'm looking at it right now. The sister of Black Widow or Black Widow, which one you think is the baddest? I think
Black Widow when she was younger, maybe, but who knows?
No, I think I take the
not
sister.
Fair comparison. Not a fair comparison.
It's tough. It's tough because Scarlett Johansson is tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Who is the comparison?
Scarlett Johansson or the other chick, but Scarlett is older now. Like if they were the same age, it'd be easy to say Scarlett, easy. But
say easy Scarlett. Now. I mean, I don't know, man.
Still Scarlett.
It wasn't like she didn't go down fighting either.
Right.
So yeah. I'm going with my redhead.
You going with the redhead? Oh, you going with Scarlett? Scarlett was nice.
Let me see. New Black Widow. I haven't paid attention to who the new Black Widow is.
Yeah. She's tough, boy. I'm like, man.
It's the chick from that newer movie.
Yeah, from the
I'm gonna go with Scarlett.
You gonna go with Scarlett? Oh man,
Scarlett's still bad.
People in the chat, you gotta let me know, man. I'm telling you, Scarlett.
I mean,
or her sister.
I don't care that she's old. She's not even that old. She's the same age as me. Right. She's still bad though.
She hung out with gods and superheroes. I mean, come on now.
She looks like a god. God.
She's gonna do the same thing, man. Okay, so Dragonheart Yobi says, "What? I heard Killer Instinct. What did I miss?" Also, to everybody who talks that fighting talk, but crickets when Fight Night Sunday comes around. Facts. He's really throwing that shade at Sir X Man because he is being in action. But yeah, anybody want to come on
has he been ducking?
He's been ducking. Quack. So, but this gentleman here he's been a producer for WB Games for about 11 years. He's been working on, as you can see, Injustice, the first Injustice, Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection, Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat 11. something I think is big is coming, and I can't wait. And it could be the banner of Killer Instinct, and I can't be so excited.
Could it be bigger than what you think it is? Could it be part of the WB acquisition that
I was thinking that too.
That's
I was thinking that too.
That's what I'm thinking.
Man, you saying that's going to set up a bunch of emergency spaces, dude. We being messy. Spaces are going to be out of control.
Listen, I think.
Oh, the salt production! Oh my God, maybe that's where I got those kidney stones from.
Listen, I did not watch the I didn't see the leaks of the video game awards. But if Psychonauts 2 does not win Game of the Year, I think that Phil might just say, "Look, I'm going to take it over again. I'm going to take over the VGAs again, like I did last year." So that would be the telling tale. Because I mean, Killer Instinct would be huge, no doubt. But you know, fighting games is niche. You know what I'm saying? So like you say something about WB, that right there, and you show Hellblade 2 and maybe some Joanna Dark. Lord have mercy. Let's talk about it. Anyway, we got to get out of here.
I want my 2 cents on that.
Okay, go ahead.
If Psychonauts don't, I'm pretty sure Phil sent out an email. If Psychonauts don't win, we coming after Square Enix.
Shit.
Oh, damn.
You saying he's coming?
He's going to use the nuclear option? Is that what you're saying? He's going to use the nuclear option.
I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit. I'm just saying Phil don't choose violence.
Phil said I'm choosing violence tonight. He says, we died. We feast on the marrow of anything. We're going to feast on the marrow of Square Enix because that's going to be brought to us, and we might buy something else on top of that. That would be crazy.
Right. He got tired of y'all saying Xbox ain't got no games, so he bought Bethesda. What else y'all think he gonna do? Y'all pissed that man off. He was Super Saiyan.
Oh my God. Okay, so Delilah, you're absolutely right. The transition to the sister was beautifully done, though. It was done very well, and I don't think it's done because I did see a picture with Feige and Scarlett Johansson. I think that they've made the amends, and I think everything's good. So we still might see her do some things with the MCU. But yeah, I don't know, man. Just one more time before I get out of here. Yeah, no, man. I'm rocking out. I'm gonna hit on her. Looks like her. Yeah. Oh no, I want to see her. Who's that? Oh, man. Hate when they do this. Yes, there she goes.
Florence Blue?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Let's hit something else. Okay. Yes, sir.
She's not even old enough to drink. God damn.
What are you talking about? She's a grown-ass woman.
She's 20, not 21.
Hey.
Yeah.
20 means I ain't getting jail time. Okay.
Facts, but I'm just saying, geez.
Oh man, with this stuff,
and
man.
it's cheaper.
Yes, it is cheaper. Yes, far cheaper. Far cheaper.
Buy a bottle.
The dates are.
We're gonna go bottle. All right. Let me get back to hit some more buttons so we can get out of here. All right, guys. I really do appreciate it. I was trying to get out of here in 2.5 hours, but obviously, when you're having fun, that's what happens. So, man, I really do appreciate you guys coming on. So, without further ado, man, Kev. Thank you, brother. Man, I hope this isn't the last time. Yes. I hope I ain't ran you off.
Nah, we good.
Yeah, man. Where can I find you at?
Play Psychonauts 2. Play it. You can find me on Twitter at Glorious Kev. You can find me on YouTube at, again, Glorious Kev. I stream every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, mix of Xbox and Nintendo games.
Nice.
Come join me. Have a good time.
Yes.
Out here playing Halo.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. As you see, I'm going to be like, Dreadpool. Thank you, brother. I hope it ain't going to be another what was it? Almost 2 years? Like, I mean, it's been a while.
Oh man,
that's what I'm saying, man. It was so long ago, and I'm like, what happened?
Oh no, man. I sometimes I hit you up, and you was like, man, I'm kind of busy. I'm doing this big podcast now. And
really? I don't remember telling you no. I don't remember that, but okay. Blame it on me. I'll take the blame.
Yeah, I got to blame
it on the goose.
The host can't take the blame.
I was too good for everybody.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, you can find me at linktree.com/Dreadpool, all letters. It's got all the links, as I said before, to everything between Breaking Bread with Dread. And by the way, I just did a one last Friday with HTK 360 from the original Next Level podcast. So check that one out. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, but I managed to get at least the audio out of it. Yeah, so it's on Apple, on Spotify, Google Podcasts. So it's all over the place. 8 p.m. Game Beyond the Box. We do a whole bunch of skits. Definitely watch out for some of those. FNP.
Wild, y'all turned so damn wild. Y'all was kind of normal, and then y'all started talking crazy, but then y'all just took it to a whole nother level, man. Y'all are wild over there.
Yeah,
I had to put that super chat in because literally I was in pain from laughing. I was literally telling him, I really meant it when I told Mag, please stop. It hurts because he was making me laugh so much. It literally hurt. I had to pay $5 to try to get this man to stop.
Bruh. I want to catch Gaming Beyond the Box, and Wilmy invited me on a couple weeks ago, but it conflicts with my work schedule.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
he got like the best memes on Twitter.
What do you call himself? The meme overlord or meme lord or what? Yeah, he's a nut, man. There's something there's some things that I just can't. I just refuse to comment on. But then there's some that just so damn over the top. Like I'm like, you got to be kidding. Like that one where he talked about the where was the hamburger with the cheese inside with the blood in it. I said, yo, bro, you're a goddamn fool.
Yeah, that one was a bit much. But then you got he had the one with Barbie and Ken doll last night.
You don't even see the ones in our private DMs. They're even worse.
I'm afraid to. I'm afraid to see the shit.
Let me tell you something real quick about Wilmy Hood. Yo, 3 weeks ago, man, when I was in the hospital laying, in that thing as I'm waiting on test results and whatever, it turned out to be kidney stones, whatever. And I'm scrolling through my phone and I see this meme from Wilmy Hood. And as much pain as I was in, that thing put a smile on my face. And that meant a lot to me then. But dude, this dude is always putting a smile on my face with those memes, man. I'm telling you, Wilmy Hood hits it out of the park every time, every day. It's amazing.
All right, so to finish it off, Friday mornings at 10 a.m., I'm on Breakfast with Boom with the guys there. And then, as always, thank you, everybody in chat. Thank you, you guys that are here tonight. It was a fun time, blast having, conversations with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
So I really appreciate it. Again, thank you for the invite.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, man. I will definitely hit you up again.
Just don't make it 2 years from now.
No, I'll do it a lot earlier than that. I promise. It'll be between 2 years and before. No,
yeah, of course.
Ham Solo, brother, man. I really do appreciate you coming and stopping in, man. I really do. Thank you, bro. Let everybody know where they can find you, man, maybe you might talk to some of these guys, do a one-on-one with them. No telling, man. I really impressed with what you're doing with your channel. I know that you're young, you're a new booty out here, but you're doing some big things, man. I really am impressed with it. So, what's going on? Let everybody know.
You're muted.
Oh, he's muted. He's probably talking to the wife like, damn, these motherfuckers don't want to get off. But anyway,
nope, I was on mute. I was just yelling at the mic for nothing. I don't know how many things I've probably done that to so far, but anyways, yeah, shout out to Game Beyond the Box though. I was on their show a few weeks back. Bunch of fantastic people over there. Really good time. Wilmy is hilarious. Actually did an interview with him on Behind Them Sticks as well, so go check out that episode. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at HamSolo. 05 Gaming. I run the They Said We Said page with two other people, Loke7 and Anna Kalala Plays, like I said earlier, which happens to be my lady. But yeah, find me on the YouTube channel as well. We come out with episodes every Tuesday and Thursday, and I've been kicking them out super nice, super quick for everybody to be able to view and check out. K Mega was on this last week, and this upcoming will be Plume Network, then or the other way around, Everborn Saga, then Plume Network, and then I also got an interview lined up with Saltiest Gaming, and Kid Smooth. So I've got some things going on right now. Definitely come check me out at my YouTube and my Twitter channel, and let me know if you want to. If any of you guys want to be on the show, I'd be more than happy to have any of you guys. You guys are really fun, really awesome panel today. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'll wait for your 2-year invite too.
Oh, Lord.
The disrespect.
I wanted to talk to Husk because he's from Nebraska, and that's where I'm from. So I wanted to have like Nebraska episode with him.
A little corn husker, huh? Some corn feeds, some corn weeds out there.
I'm sorry for you OU fans. I'm not sure if you're an OU fan, but you're losing your coach.
That's all right. Forget a traitor. Hey man, look, if we get our boy from Clemson, you know what I'm saying? Listen, we good. We good. Like I don't know. Huh?
I can't even talk sports with this man, K Mega.
Hey man, thunder up, baby. You can't be mad there because the owner of the Supersonics was from Oklahoma, man. What you think, man? Thunder up, man.
It hurts.
I know it hurts.
Didn't the just lose by like 76 points?
We got our ass beat. That's okay though. All we care about is
y'all setting records the wrong way.
We did.
Hey, they got a team. They got a team.
We got a team, and we've been in the playoffs. My Thunder has been in the playoffs 10 out of the 13 years that they've been in Oklahoma City. So we good. We good. So
y'all riding off the tears of my team. Off the struggles of my team.
Hey man, Sam Preston belong to us, baby. Hey man, scared money don't make no money. Listen to that anyway. Oh man, golly. Right.
I always give this man a hard time.
I know. Y'all give it, man. I love it. But yeah, OU, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, if you want to talk about sports really quick, why you ain't talking about them corn huskers out there in Nebraska? Nobody's talking. Even the Big Ten is feeling bad for picking them damn corn huskers up. Don't you start that. OU, Boomer Sooner. Come on, baby.
Man, y'all barely got past us. Y'all need to chill.
Yeah, we still won. Slayer, take us home, man, so we can get the hell out of here.
Well, bro, you know where you can find me on that Dragon's Den podcast tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. There's always stuff going on. So, and if I'm on there, you'll see a little lesson about what a Laserdisc looks like. They are the size of records, a CD the size of a record, basically. But that'll be a little history lesson. But as always, we talk the topics, man. And sometimes I come out of my shell and talk that real truth, somewhat like I did tonight. But last week, 2 weeks ago, I really went in on some topics, and I think I have one for tomorrow that I really need to speak my mind on. So check that out tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, in Dragon's Den podcast. Come check us out, and check me out on Twitter and everywhere great games are played. And till next week. Peace.
Nice. Friendly Neighborhood Blue Shell, real quick, said, hope you win your first 1v1 K Mega. Listen, Cali Rex isn't going to send me no invite because when I get off of here, I'm finna get right on that Halo, man. I'm finna be right in it and probably get in there and start playing with Don and some other cats. So, one bad mother. Shout out to the team. All right, we are out. Listen, Omicron or Unicron, whatever the hell this new variant is, be careful, everybody. I know some of you people don't want to get the jab, but man, this shit is dangerous. I'm telling you right now, do what you need to do. Protect yourself, protect your family. And the quicker that we can do that, we can get back to getting to doing the dance off with strangers without worrying about anything. Well, I can't do that. Hell? I got a wife, but I can live through everybody else when everything gets back. Anyway,
why the strangers part?
just wild strangers. Go to the club, let some suds fly, and just let it happen.
Okay.
Oh my God! Everybody have a good night. Peace.
Good night.
Peace.
Later.
Hey, thanks for checking out the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.